Welcome back to Andy's room. Just kidding. We're in your local movie theater parking lot. I'm Mara.
And I'm Gio.
We are fresh out the film.
Indeed.
We are.
It was a good film today, too. Not to I guess I probably shouldn't go there. That's the end of the episode thing. But yeah, we got to go in and really enjoy it. I think this time, the theater, I would have liked it to be more packed.
Yeah. It is. We did see it 3 o'clock on a Wednesday.
Yeah, it's not a popular theater time whatsoever.
Not at all.
But I was actually on time today, which was pretty. I think we talked about it a few times on the episode. I'm normally not on time.
Yeah, Gio is usually always late, to the point where I have thought of telling him the movie time like 5 minutes earlier than it actually is to make him on time. But today, he was on time.
Look at that.
Came straight from work.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
It was an important one. You needed to make it here for this film.
Absolutely. So should we reveal what the film is?
That was that's
Okay.
I was trying to segue to it naturally.
I didn't understand.
My stare at you afterwards helped.
Yeah, you always give me, it's so funny, because, like, we're on a podcast, so no one can see it, but, like, you always just give me this, like, blank stare, and I never know what it means.
Would you rather, like, a point, or,
yeah, something like that.
A little dance move of some sort?
A little, like, bird.
Yeah, I like that, doing the bird.
Well, today we saw Toy Story, the original Toy Story.
Yes.
Directed by John Lasseter, written also by John Lasseter, Pete Doctor, Andrew Stanton, Joe Ranft.
I expected that to be a much longer name.
Joss Whedon, Joel Cohen, and Alex Sokolow.
Joel Cohen? Is that, is his brother Ethan? Is that one of the Cohen brothers? No.
Joel? I don't know.
It's not, right? No, it's not. I don't know what the other one is. Ethan Cohen is one of them. I should know the other one, but...
Well,
got me excited
Joe.
For a second. There's a lot of very interesting people in here, you know. Joss Whedon, like we said, a legendary scriptwriter. John Lasseter, unfortunately, I think had some sort of drama, and I should have. Oh, it's a controversy.
Fuck, did he?
It is a controversy. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. That's why you don't see his name a lot on the Pixar stuff anymore.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's always the.
Why do people have to do fucked up shit?
Yeah, these get some success and fly too close to the sun so often, it seems. But
really annoying.
Yeah, we'll try not to think about that.
The music was done by Randy Newman. It's starring Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Don Rickles, and a bunch of other people.
John Ratzenberger, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yes, the legend. The budget for this movie was $30 million.
Dang.
And it made...
What? Let me guess.
Oh,
Can
you
I
want to
guess?
guess the opening weekend?
Yeah, opening weekend.
Yeah.
Opening weekend for Toy Story. Disney... The Disney acquisition of Pixar happened a few years earlier, so this is a huge release, I think. It's a family movie, so I'm gonna go with $100 million.
No. Opening weekend, it made $29 million. Overall, as of now, it has made $400 million worldwide.
400 million. Wow, it ended up going crazy. Wow, I'm awfully high.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking some of our past opening weekends have been like in the 30s and 40s. Is that true?
What I've noticed for kids' movies so far, I don't know if this is true, this is just from my own assumptions, is that kids' movies don't always do as good opening weekend, but do good, like, overall.
That makes sense. Yeah, like what parents, there's no kid rushing, like, you know,
Right.
5-year-old saying, Mom, we have to get to the theater. Toy Story just came out. Yeah, it's like, no, we'll see it when it fits the family schedule.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I feel like is reflected in our other kids' movie, but I could be wrong about that. But that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
It has a 4.1 out of 5 on Letterboxd, and 8.3 out of 10 on IMDb, and 100% critic reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's good to hear. I don't know how anybody, like, yeah, I guess that's good everywhere, but it should be higher on IMDb, if you ask me. Like, how do you poke holes in this movie? I know
Yes.
we're gonna try.
It's
but
IMDb always has like the little like under the reviews, like the little, if you've been on IMDb for big movies, they have those little like plus marks and like minuses
oh yeah,
and neutrals that they do
is that
that like says like all of the good quality, all the bad quality, to kind of summarize what all of the reviews said.
I see.
And in this like review thing, it is only positives.
Yeah.
Like there are none of like the negatives. So I am really wondering what people's issues with this movie is.
Yeah, I haven't a guess that we'll get to, but I don't think maybe really critically brained people could come in and figure out some things with the internal logic of the film. That's part of what I'll talk about today for sure. But there are things that could easily be ignored to enjoy the film, knowing that it's a kids' movie.
Right.
Yeah, so that's
Completely.
interesting. Well, I do have one thing to add to the breakdown today, actually. I just wanted, since I just did a short on it, I figured kind of telling the history of Pixar leading up to Toy Story real fast would be kind of a cool way to set the scene for the story. Is that it for your breakdown stuff?
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, basically, a lot of people don't know Pixar initially started at its very origin as the Lucasfilm Computer Division. And essentially, Lucasfilm had this animation division where they were working on a specific computer that could, I don't know, render at a fast. I have no idea. I'm not into animation. I don't know what was cool about it, but it was special, right? And so Steve Jobs actually got fired from Apple the year that Lucasfilm was looking to sell this branch. And so Steve Jobs comes in and buys it from Lucasfilm and starts working on the Pixar imaging computer. So at this point, they're still just working on animation. So from there, they hired John Lasseter and Ed Catmull, and they started making short films, initially just to show off the tech. That quickly kind of got pushed to the side once one of the short films won best short film or whatever, it won an Oscar.
Right.
Yeah, so that was kind of the big moment. So shortly after that, Disney came in and was like made a 3-picture deal with Steve Jobs and Pixar about for Toy Story, and that ended up being in 1995 Toy Story released, and it was a huge moment for the world of animation, for Disney in general, you know, with this acquisition working out, and for Steve Jobs, his kind of risk after Apple paid off, and then I think shortly after that he was back in Apple. So it's kind of a cool story there.
Yeah, that's so cool. And I had no idea about any of this until you told me about it.
Yeah, I made a short about it on my YouTube. Gio sent it on YouTube, and it was a fun one because just getting to find those little like stories of movie history that you don't really know. It always just is, you know, cool little thing to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. Very fascinating. Especially since the Toy Story films were movies that we watched so much as kids. We watched them a lot. We were discussing, I think we watched Toy Story 3 probably the most.
Yep.
But we watched all of them quite a bit.
Toy Story 3 might be the best movie. My memories of Toy Story 3 probably hold it in higher regard than Toy Story 1, definitely 2.
Yeah.
I
would have to rewatch all of them.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it today, but like there were some surprises that I enjoyed watching this as an adult versus
100%.
as a kid.
It's always a cool experience getting to relive your childhood memories through a new lens where you can pick out more to it, you know?
Yeah. And Toy Story 4 we don't talk about. Fuck that movie.
Fuck Toy Story 4 and 5 whenever it comes out. That'll be boycotted.
You
won't see that one on the Fresh Out the Film podcast.
Yeah, we're not seeing it.
Yeah.
Sorry!
Yeah, it's all too bad.
Alright, ready to move into the story?
Yeah, let's do it. So we've got our story today from straight off of IMDb. So it's a very in-depth story and well written. It didn't say the name of the person who wrote it though, for whatever reason.
No.
Do they not get credit for that? Like it literally just said Synopsis and like it had likes.
I guess they don't usually have names in the synopsis.
Yeah, I'll never be writing for IMDb, but a group of sentient toys who prepares to be lifeless when humans are around are prepping to move into a new house with their young owner, Andy Davis is his last name.
Whoa, what?
Didn't know that. And his infant sister, Molly, and their single mother, Mrs. Davis. Laurie Metcalf plays Mrs. Davis. Didn't know that. Sorry, I know I wouldn't. I said I wasn't going to say the actor does.
If you want to, go ahead.
Well, that was an interesting one. I didn't know that was Laurie Metcalf. But Andy's birthday is also coming up, and Miss Davis is throwing a party for the birthday. So Sid is Andy's next door neighbor and bully who destroys toys for fun, and Hannah is Sid's friendly sister. I guess that's just setting the scene of where we are.
Yeah, okay. And I have something to say already.
Already.
On setting the scene. Okay, this is a single mother throwing her child a huge fucking birthday party just moments before moving out of the house with her 2 young child. One of them, which is like an infant.
Yeah. Honestly,
we don't give her enough credit.
Well, it's either do it in the old house or do it in the new house, right? Andy's birthday technically falls when they move in the new house because it was a week,
Right.
The birthday party's a week before his birthday. So I kind of get it, right? You don't want to get all the stuff in the new house and then have to throw the birthday there.
But, like, all of the that's just another level of all this shit she has to clean up. You know Andy's not cleaning up any of that 100%. Shit. Come on.
Well, honestly, based on what was in the moving truck, it seems like they have, like, nothing in their house. So I think they're fine to pack that shit.
But still, moving is difficult. Throwing your child a huge-ass birthday party with a bunch of fucking crazy kids all running around, and then she's moving... and she has, like, a little infant?
Honestly, she's a rock star, single mother. I mean...
I just needed to shout that out.
Favorite character right there, Andy's mom.
She's an icon, and we love her, and we support single mothers on this podcast.
Yes, we do. We are a single mother-friendly podcast. But basically, the toys kind of wake up, and we see their first, coming to, which would be jarring for any kid, but very exciting.
Yes.
I think, if you were watching that. We've seen it a lot of times, but they all learn that Andy's birthday party has been unexpectedly moved to that very day. They thought they would celebrate it on Andy's actual birthday, but no. Several toys, including Mr. Potato Head, a cynical potato-shaped doll, Slinky Dog, Rex, Ham, Bo Peep, porcelain shepherdess doll, and that's Bo Peep, who's Woody's love interest, become concerned that Andy might receive something that will replace them. And this was just an awesome scene. Honestly, the dialogue in this scene really showed off because we're getting our introduction to everybody, and they all are just cracking jokes and just saying things, just the best. Like, I'll think of plenty of examples, I'm sure, throughout the episode, but just toy jokes out the wazoo. Like, it's anything they could do with their toys to, like, make a pun or use their toy to make an adult joke, like Mr. Potato Head does a lot.
Yes.
It's just it's a masterful introduction because within 3 minutes, pretty much, like, you know who all these people are. Obviously, their toys say the most about the character they are, but you really only need a couple lines of dialogue when they're toy. It's not like you're looking at a bunch of humans. You know how they are by looking at them. But yeah, they're worried that Andy's going to receive something that will replace them. So everybody's scared. Woody, Andy's favorite toy and their leader, is the only toy who gets to say his own lines because he has a pull string that makes him say things. Okay.
What?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know why that's there. I like I said, this is an in-depth
we're getting all
synopsis.
the details.
But yeah, Woody has a pull string, I guess, so he can speak a little bit.
There's a snake in my boot.
Yep. Thank you. That's one of them.
I was giving an example.
Somebody poisoned the water hole. You got any more?
That was the other one I was thinking of. Fuck. No.
Something goes, my name's Woody. We used to have a lot of these Toy Story toys.
We still have them
in our house. We still have them.
I have them all.
They should be in my YouTube background.
Well, they're a little loved.
They are.
I don't think Woody has his boots anymore.
Woody doesn't have his boots. Yeah, but that's
Which is really fucked up because now all of the characters that are being sold in Disney have the name Bonnie on the foot rather than Andy.
Oh, so he would be like an antique.
Yeah.
That's
we still have Jessie's shoes.
Why would Bonnie scrape out Andy's name though? Like, wouldn't she just put her name on the other? Like, why does she's like, fuck this guy who gave me all these toys. She spends hours just scraping the permanent marker off the bottom.
I guess it could have rubbed away. Like, we saw Woody's kind of got a little bit worn.
True. Yeah, this is also Toy Story 3, so we probably don't need to get
yeah, this isn't important.
But Woody calls a room meeting and gets everybody together. Gets a little microphone up there and starts reminding them all to find a moving buddy so they don't get lost when the Davis family moves to their new house, which will happen in a week. He really tries to downplay the news that Andy's birthday is happening today, trying not to cause a panic, but it does cause a panic. Major commotion, as the toys know that Andy's actual birthday is until next week. They're like, what the hell's going on? Rex worries that somebody will give Andy another dinosaur, and many of the toys have similar concerns. That's,
Right.
They don't want to get replaced. It makes sense. Woody doesn't seem to be too concerned, though. Rex is interrupted when Ham, the piggy bank stationed near the window, announces that the guests are arriving. The toys rush to the window to see the presents the kids are bringing. The bigger boxes make them especially nervous. Do you want to learn does everybody want to learn a little movie thing here?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you just said that in, like, at the exact same time as all our other listeners right there. This is the call and response episode. So what they do here when Ham is looking out the window and everybody else comes up the window, it's called an eyeline match. You know what that is?
No.
So it's when somebody's looking at something, right? And they make it obvious that they see. So a lot of times it'll be, most of the time, something off screen, or it'll be way in the corner somewhere. And they'll look at it and be like, whoa. And then the camera will cut to what they're looking at. That's called an eyeline match. So I learned that and I saw it. So I was like, oh, cool.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah. Little factoids here and there.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
To calm them, Woody sends Sarge, the leader of a large group of plastic green army men, and his other green army men to spy on Andy's birthday party with a baby monitor. It was honestly so fun to watch. I remember having so much fun watching it as a kid.
Yes.
Because they're going out into the open, they can't be seen, and they like take it insanely seriously.
Yeah, and this is where I really just noticed like the attention to detail in this, because they could have all of the green army men just walking down. But if you ever seen the Green Army men, they have this little like plaque that they stand on.
Yep.
So all of them are like waddling on this plaque, and it's just like that is the attention to detail that I like love. Like that's like they could have made it so much easier, but like they did like I love it.
There's so many little things like that everywhere with the way that these toys work and how that would play out if they were alive. It's so
just
genius.
The thought put into it is so amazing, and I never really thought about that when I was like a kid watching it. Because I'm like, toys, this is fun.
100%. At first, the presents seemed non-threatening, including a lunchbox, bed sheets, and a battleship game. Andy, but then
I must say, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
When they say bed sheets, Mr. Potato Head or someone says, "Who invited that kid?"
See, that's a good, like, there's just so many little quips every second from this group of toys.
And it's just, they're so on the side, like, that you could almost not pick up on them. That is one of my favorite kinds of comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Where the comedy is not the main focus of the scene, it just happens so quick in the background that you're like, what the fuck was that?
Dude, it's so good. You're totally right. Like, just the quick comment that they don't even give it a breath. It just happens and you're on to the next thing and you just have like a little smile in the background.
Yes.
You know what's crazy? What just popped into my mind? Have you seen She-Hulk by chance?
No, because you told me how terrible it was.
It was horrible. I told you the ending. Please, if you guys have extra time, go look up on YouTube the very ending of She-Hulk. She literally climbs out of the Disney Plus screen. It looks like it's fake. It's insane. It's a real part of the show. But in that show, there's a little moment of comedy that reminds me of what we're talking about, because the Hulk is sitting at a table in public, and everybody knows he's the Hulk. And 3 people walk up to him at the same time and ask him 3 separate questions. Like, hey, can I do this? Hey, are you doing all that? And he just goes, yes, no, yes, and goes right back to his conversation. It's like that just a little, like, I feel like when you don't give jokes time to breathe, they don't have to be that good of jokes, you know, because it's just like you're on the next thing. They don't have time to sit and think about them.
Yeah.
They just hit or done.
Yeah, I think a lot of times it is done like that, where it's not the main focus of the scene. It's done with physical comedy.
Yeah.
Like in 10 Things I Hate About You, that happens so often. Like someone
100%.
falls over and it's just like the main character looks around and like continues with their conversation. Like it's so brilliant. And that with dialogue is just 10 times better.
100%. Especially this dialogue.
Yes.
It's so well written in this movie.
So well written.
But then there is one more present. By the way, I just realized the Battleship game that gets bought, that comes back in the movie, which is kind of cool. They end up playing Battleship later. But there's one more present that Andy's mom pulls out of the closet, and it is a Space Ranger Buzz Lightyear. Space Ranger Universe Protection Unit action figure is actually the name, apparently. His interesting features threaten Woody's position as Andy's favorite toy. The new toy has taken Woody's place on the bed because Andy walked him upstairs and set him down in Woody's spot and knocked Woody out, which causes some scares from everybody. They don't know what's happening, but Woody reminds him no one's being replaced, and he hops up on the bed, and here is Buzz. We finally get to meet him. He, unfortunately, does not realize he is a toy. That is Buzz's thing.
Yes.
He's just making Space Ranger jokes. He's, talking to his little comlink of, we're on a distant alien planet. All this
Yes.
stuff. You've seen the movie. We're talking about fucking Toy Story. I don't need to go that in depth. But yeah, Buzz doesn't realize he's a toy, and Woody initially attempts to convince him, but he still thinks he's a real Space Ranger. Buzz believes that he's crash landed on a strange planet on his way to Sector 12, and his ship is damaged. All the other toys don't really give a fuck that he doesn't know he's a toy for some reason. I don't know why. They're all just like, whoa, cool. I mean, they know he's a toy, too. Why are they not saying anything?
Yeah, I think they're just like, he's a cool toy.
Yeah.
Like they're...
Have they seen this before? Like, oh, he'll get over it. Woody's doing his job here. We can just have fun with the new toy. That can make sense.
Yeah, maybe it's a common occurrence.
Yeah. Woody doesn't seem like that's the case.
Yeah, Woody is just so fucking pissed off.
Dude.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, Woody's character at the beginning of the movie is super likable. Just it's Tom Hanks, and he's just the leader of a group of toys, trying to keep everybody under control. And then he just turns into an asshole when Buzz shows up.
Yeah, but at this point, you completely understand.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, what is this asshole Buzz doing? Woody's completely right. Why are all of these toys siding with Buzz? What's going on?
No, yeah, you still want, because Buzz just isn't accepting his reality.
Yeah.
Especially when, all of the toys are impressed with, all the features. He's showing off his light bulb and wings, and Buzz is not happy to be called a toy, especially when Woody says he can't fly. So Buzz hops on the bedpost and shouts his iconic line,
"To infinity and beyond."
and he dives. He doesn't quite fly. He bounces off a rubber ball, does a loop-de-loop on a racetrack, and gets stuck a few rotations on the toy plane tethered to the ceiling before flipping down and landing neatly back on the bed. Pretty nice. While the other toys are very excited about this and befriending Buzz, Woody is getting jealous and also saying that was not flying, that was falling with style. That's what it was.
Which... he's right. He's completely right.
Totally right.
He did not fly whatsoever. Actually, he grabbed a little plane toy and started flying with it.
Which is, how does Buzz think he's flying then?
Right.
What? You obviously didn't fly. You watched what happened. Gravity took over. You had to balance very carefully on a, and then you got up to the ceiling. But you surely felt, being attached to that thing that was gaining momentum, spinning around before you became detached.
Right.
I mean, you should.
I think it's just delusion.
It's complete delusion. There's a problem with this delusion, though. I'll find a place to talk about it. And that's my little tease. Buzz, the bedpost thing, but Woody's very jealous and starts to feel left out because we get a montage of Andy pretty much replacing Woody.
Right.
All the Woody, decor in his room gets replaced with Buzz Lightyear decor. Andy starts to sleep with Buzz instead of Woody.
Which, it is a little crazy. Now, I don't know if I'm being a little too nitpicky, and you could come back on this one, that they're changing up his room completely right before they move.
Yeah.
But, I also understand, maybe that shit was being bought for the move, and then it was I want to put it up now.
Ooh, I've got something.
Okay.
We're gonna get dark for a second. Where is Andy's father? That is a question. What if the mom is doing all these things for Andy because going to Pizza Planet, where he wants to eat, buying all the new Buzz Lightyear stuff, the greatest toy for Christmas is because Andy lost his father.
Damn. That's kind of dark.
I mean, obviously we can't say it is because none of that is even hinted at on screen, but
right.
That could be a reason if you want it.
Yeah, that could be.
But I'm in agreement. It is crazy to be doing all this.
The bedding, I could understand. Changing up the bed, maybe it was time for new sheets.
Yeah.
That's fine. And he wanted to put him on this bed, that's fine. But all of the posters on the, you're taking down and putting up new posters and you're moving really soon.
No, 100%. I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's just, I understand, I understand everything that they were trying to do with that scene, and it's so great.
It is.
It makes so much sense.
You see Woody's downfall.
But it's just the fact that they're moving. Like,
Right.
like makes me question.
See, I think there's a lot of things like this where they set up the rules of the story or what's going to happen in the story, and they kind of end up breaking those rules, you know, a little bit. Like, Andy's moving, like, in a couple days, but there's enough time for all this entire montage of falling out of love, you know? Like, it doesn't quite line up.
It does make it, it makes it seem, I'm sorry to cut you off, that there's a lot more time has passed than actually has.
Yep. No, and in fact, it's right here. Like, Andy's has Buzz shoot Woody and puts a cardboard replica of Buzz's helmet. There's a Western-themed poster replaced with Buzz Lightyear posters. Bulletin boards covered with drawings instead of Woody drawings. Like we said, the bedspread gets changed. And then the final indignity is Andy takes Buzz to bed and leaves Woody in the covered wagon toy chest, which Woody is not happy with.
Yeah.
And in the toy chest, there's probably the worst joke, but I remember as a kid, like, laughing at it when the shark steals Woody's helmet.
I still think it's funny.
Because he's just like, oh, I'm Woody. And Woody's just like, give me that.
It's hilarious.
Dude, we need to get really good at doing improv of what's happening in the scene back and forth. Can you imagine if we could? We'll build that skill. You check back in 50 episodes, and we the whole story will just be me and you like improving back and forth, getting as close as we can. 2 days before the move, Andy's family plans for a dinner at Pizza Planet, and Andy's told that he can bring one toy with him, just one toy. Andy prepares to go to a family outing with Buzz. Still wanting to stay close to Andy and still jealous of Buzz, Woody decides to make a play. He tries to knock Buzz behind the desk with RC.
This is when you first see the crazy in Woody's eyes.
Yep, 100%.
It's scary. You can see the turn where he looks at Buzz like doing his shit, and he's like, "Fuck."
Yeah. It also makes me... He picked up a Magic 8-Ball a second before that to ask if he was going to get to go with Andy. The Magic 8-Ball said, I doubt it. But...
It said don't count on it.
That's one of the things in this universe. What is actually constituted as a toy? How does it get life force? Because the Magic 8-Ball gets dropped behind the desk, and we never see him again. So did Woody also just condemn the Magic 8-Ball to a life of darkness down in the... Like, is he sentient? Or... Because who knows? Like,
that's a good question.
That's what I think I'm going to get answered watching Toy Story 4, because how is Sporky sentient? Like, are they going to explain that? Like, how he became sentient because somebody played with him or something?
Right, like, maybe it has to do something with, like, like, the love of a child or something.
And,
but,
like, how long
that wouldn't make sense of why, like, Buzz showed up completely like he did.
Yeah, and they can't die quite because of what happens in Sid's room. Right? Because toys are getting dismembered and then restruck, and they still have their consciousness. And is that now a shared consciousness with two toys together? Or is that like a halfway consciousness? Is that why they can't talk? Or, like...
I don't know.
See how many, like, little things there is? Questions?
You're so right. It could be like... You've seen The Labyrinth, right?
I have not.
Oh, fuck.
Jim Henson.
Yeah. Basically, there's these characters in The Labyrinth. They're really, like, silly and weird that basically the main character, to get away from them, takes off all of their heads and, like, throws them away.
God.
So their bodies are just kind of, like, but it's funny, because, like, the heads are being like, hey, that's my head, don't take my head. That's his head, don't take his head.
Yeah, that sounds
like, it's funny, but, like, that could be, like, the situation where they're like a chicken, you know?
Yeah.
Where they can still, like, run around with their bodies, but, like, all of their consciousness is in their head.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. Consciousness is in the head. Yeah, so we do see toy deaths in this movie then. You know, we get to see that in a second here.
Yeah.
But I think this is where I'm going to talk about it. So Woody is about to try to knock Buzz behind the desk, but right now let's take a pause to talk about the problem with Buzz's storyline, right? Which is, if he is convinced he's a space ranger, why is he playing I'm sure 1,000 YouTubers have brought, film podcasts everywhere, but I feel smart, so I'm going to say it. Why is he faking dead like the other toys do? Wouldn't he just be walking around and be like, hello there, giant human? Like...
I have an answer. Because he thinks he's in some strange planet, right?
Yeah.
The people that are nice to him are the other toys, not Woody, who he becomes friends with and tells them, that's what we do on this planet. Like, he's just trying
But why would he conform?
to abide, to get back to defeating Zurg. Like, that's his whole point. But I think he's trying to stay low and get through everything. Like,
And does he do that with everybody or just Andy because of the other toys around? I wish they would have found a way to explain that, because they just don't show him ever dropping into his like dead form. I don't know how else to say it, his just no life force until he figures out that he's a toy and Sid's around.
Yeah.
Like they never. And in fact, a little bit later, we'll get there though. Actually, because when he goes to Pizza Planet, there's a little more to this.
Yeah, I never think of that because like in my mind, it's just the other toys let him know that this is what we do on this planet. He thinks he's in this atmosphere, and then he's such a good guy. He goes along with everything that's going on. He listens to like the sheriff.
On this planet,
shit.
we give up our agency to let the giant people play with us. And he's just like, all right, that's part of being a spaceman.
Sure.
All right. We can rock it.
That's my only explanation.
Woody tries to knock Buzz behind the desk with RC, the radio-controlled car. Woody's attempt starts a chain reaction that knocks Buzz out a window, instead into Andy's next-door neighbor. He gets knocked out by one of those lights that looks like, I wanted to say Blippi. That's definitely not his name.
What?
The light from Luxo, I believe is his name. There's a red Luxo. From the short Luxo Jr.
I didn't know he had a name.
Luxo and Luxo Jr., I think that's it. I don't know. I've been in the Pixar world for a second here. But, so Buzz flies out the window and falls into the side yard. However, most of the other toys believe that Woody deliberately killed Buzz, and they're like, hate Woody for it. They toss him outside. So Buzz is missing, and Andy, no, they don't toss him outside.
No.
They
just get mad at him, and then Andy comes in.
Yes, they get mad. They do toss him out of something later, though.
Yes.
They get very mad. With Buzz missing, Andy takes Woody to Pizza Planet with him instead. However, Buzz climbs into the car and confronts Woody when they stop at a gas station. Did you see the name of the gas station? Dynaco. Yeah. That's before cars.
Fuck, that's what, okay, I'm like, I know this has something to do with another Pixar movie, and I couldn't figure it out, and now saying it out loud, I got it.
Yeah, Dynaco, it's I forget his name, the King, I think they call him in that, but the blue car.
Yeah.
That's Dynaco, he's sponsored by Dynaco. So cool, so cool.
That's so great.
I love it. But yeah, so this is where we have, like, probably the most iconic conversation in Pixar history. Like, is that a crazy thing to say? You are a toy. That whole conversation. Buzz talking about pity. So the two toys, they're fighting, and they accidentally fall out of the car, which drives off and leaves them behind. Luckily, though, Woody sees a pickup truck bound for Pizza Planet and plans to rendezvous with Andy there. He convinces Buzz to come with him. Woody starts getting smart with how he's treating Buzz, because he starts talking about how the pickup truck can take him to his home planet. I found a spaceship, talking in the Buzz lingo. So he's starting to play Buzz's game a little bit.
Yeah, but at this point, Woody is so unlikable, because it's clear he's only, like, the only reason he's trying to get Buzz back and trying to help Buzz is so the other toys don't hate him.
Yeah, and they say that, too. They make that very obvious, which I didn't necessarily like, because he's about to leave on his own right when the Pizza Planet truck comes up, and then he says, like, to nobody, wait, I can't. It's like literally the dumbest. He says it to us. Wait, I can't leave. The other toys will be mad. They'll think I'm a killer if I don't bring Buzz back or whatever.
You do have to remember, this is a kid's movie, and they can't pick up on that context always.
But they don't need to, is the other thing. Right? If you're a kid watching this, you don't really care why Woody is trying to get Buzz back. You like Buzz, so you want Buzz to get back.
Well, but wouldn't that be confusing for a kid?
I don't know. We should ask a kid.
We should have asked that child in front of us.
We should.
Hey.
Bring him on the podcast. That'd be great.
Like 2-year-old.
Dude, how great is that? We should give a little props to that family. The kid did a great job during the movie. He said like one little thing, and the mom like instantly, I think, said something along, this is a movie theater. In the movie theater, we have to be quiet. You know?
No, like actually, he was probably like 1 or 2, like a very small child.
Yep.
I'm gendering it. I don't know its gender, actually. It was dark in there. But
them.
Yes, that little kid, so well behaved.
Yeah.
Like so.
He's gonna be a cinephile in the future.
So well behaved.
Yeah.
Like I was shocked.
It's so cool seeing kid that young, the parents willing to do it, because it's probably been a couple trials and tribulations.
Yes.
Before, so that's great.
Yeah, props to the kid, props to those parents. Shout out.
So this is where Buzz kind of proves even further that at least he's not playing the toy act for other humans. Because he just like hops in the front seat with the pizza driver, and if there wasn't a stack of pizzas right next to him, the pizza driver would have just been like, "What the heck?" And Buzz would have just, I guess, started talking to him.
That could be that he kind of, yeah, that could be that he just thinks like Andy and his mom are like the only people that you have to do that around.
But it would have been cool having a scene, right, where Ham, like one of the other toys, gets smart and figures out, like, if we tell Buzz, like, they sit with Buzz, like, hey, Buzz, so when Andy comes in the room, we have to all play dead. Right. And Buzz is like, play dead? That's number 54 in the handbook. We wouldn't pull that out on this planet. And then the other toy would just be like, well, Andy, if you're alive, can be a threat. And that'll, like, set off Buzz's parameters to be like, okay, yeah, I get... Like, I would have liked to have that in there to at least tell me why Buzz is not... Or
they could just be, like, relying on, like, his survival skill. He's so set that when he sees everyone else doing something, he does it as well. Like, maybe they could have just been banking on that as the reason.
I don't think they thought it through. I think somebody probably thought about it after the story was already written. It was just like, it's a fucking kid's movie. Right. There's no way two people in 30 years are going to be arguing about this on a podcast. They reach Pizza Planet, though, in this car. Woody actually got in the back where there was not a seatbelt, and he gets pretty fucked. Honestly, the Woody concussion jokes are like my favorite part of this, because Woody just gets concussed multiple times but snaps out of it within 5 seconds.
Yeah, that is the first toolbox he gets smashed by.
You're so right. That is the first toolbox. They reach Pizza Planet and hide in a discarded food packaging so they can sneak through the front door. This kind of makes sense because Buzz, they try to explain this a little bit. It's like, okay, we're infiltrating this outpost, so we have to hide.
Yeah, like, there's like the guards in front of yeah.
So it's they thought this one through a little bit.
I must talk about, since you've just brought up Pizza Planet.
Yeah.
How much as a kid I wanted to fucking go there, and then they had a Pizza Planet-ish place in, I think it was in Hollywood Studios in Disney World.
Yep.
But it was literally, it's just like, any, like, wow, that was loud.
Sorry, ignore the beeping.
Yeah, it's just like, any, like, fucking, like, pizza place with an arcade. That's all that it was.
Yeah, no.
Which is really sad.
And it wasn't even that. It was because the arcade wasn't made, like, the pizza place wasn't made with the arcade in mind. It was just normal. It fit into Muppet, like, right next to the Muppet Vision Plaza or whatever. And it became Rizzo's Pizza after a while. Because I think it just fit the theme better.
Is that little rat's name Rizzo?
Yeah, it came to me.
Really?
So
Rizzo? Like Grease?
Look, it came to me. I don't think I come up with those names if they're not correct.
Okay.
I didn't try to think it through, so I don't think I'm wrong. Popped up. But, I mean, you can look it up real fast.
Yeah, but I wanted to go to Pizza Planet so fucking bad when I was... Like, that looks like the most fun place fucking ever.
Yeah, I don't see where you eat the pizza. They didn't show that off.
They had like, an announcer guy talking about pizza.
Yeah, pizza over here in the white line, and, yeah.
Yeah, but they also apparently had burgers there.
Oh, really?
Well, because
they had a burger
Buzz
box.
comes in the burger box. Unless that was, like, from another food place that they discarded outside of Pizza Planet.
That's possible. Woody quickly spots the Davises here at Pizza Planet, and Buzz, unfortunately, right when they're about to make their break and jump into the stroller, Buzz makes his way into a claw machine instead, which is shaped like a spaceship. He obviously thinks this is the ship that Woody had promised him to take him back home. That was Woody's whole sell of this place. Pizza Planet's going to bring you home.
Yeah.
Inside, he finds a horde of squeaky aliens who revere the machine's claw arm as their master. Everybody knows this Toy Story quote. The claw. And it's just another great... This movie's so good at just putting us in the shoes of a toy. I know that's obvious to say, but every moment there's just a little, giving this much attention to the claw, making it a godlike figure in a vending machine. It's just genius. It's genius.
It is.
So Woody follows Buzz into the game to try and rescue him, which he didn't have to do. Okay, yes he does, because he says, yeah. The fact that Woody, like, what are the other toys going to do? if he doesn't bring Buzz back, yeah, the other toys might hate him, but they can't discard of him or anything.
Right, they're gonna throw him out the window.
But then Andy would lose Woody. Is that all right? You could just...
They don't seem to give a fuck about
Actually,
that.
no, they're kind of... Yeah, no, it's martial law in there in Andy's room. Like, eye for an eye type shit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Woody tries to rescue him, but unfortunately, Sid pulls up. This is one we should mention. We saw Sid earlier. We kind of described him, but we did see him blow up a toy with a rocket earlier, which is very sad. We saw toy death. Happened off screen a little bit, but we can see the kind of ends of the toy.
Right.
Our entire toy crew watches that death.
Yeah.
Honestly, pretty
up.
rough. And Sid, his character is dark in general. We'll talk about that. Oh my god.
Yes.
So the two of them are unfortunately captured by Sid because Sid grabs Buzz with the claw and Woody hangs on to Buzz. So Sid takes them back to his house and immediately gives the three-eyed alien that he also got to his vicious dog, Scud, who starts chewing it. Also at Sid's house, the two toys stage numerous attempts to escape before Andy's moving day and because they just don't want to die.
Right.
You know, Sid is known to be killing toys. They encounter a nightmarish hodgepodge toys of Sid's creation. There's an erector set spider with a one-eyed baby head. Oh, that's what that is. On the bottom of the baby head spider, an erector set.
That makes sense.
The only reason we know that is from Sandlot, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but that's that. I wonder what that toy was as I was looking at it today. I thought it was some sort of...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I thought it was something that he just, like, created and put on.
Yeah, because he had, like, tools in his room, so it wouldn't have been that far of a stretch that he made, that he welded that shit.
Yeah.
And his mom does not care what he's doing.
No, he also has so many locks on his door.
Oh,
it's insane. He's like deadbolting his door every night.
It's nuts, man. It somehow works automatically too. I don't know how all those latches pop out, but yeah, it's a cool locking mechanism on that door. But yeah, there's a director set spider, a Jack-in-the-Box whose jack has been replaced by a green rubber hand, a fishing pole with legs, and other horrors. Buzz thinks they're cannibals.
Yeah. Which I never realized. I mentioned this to G right after the movie. I never realized that they called them cannibals. Probably because children shouldn't know what cannibalism is.
Yeah.
But that's a crazy thing.
That's the genius.
To think that all of these toys are cannibals.
Honestly, it's dark. But it's the
really
genius
dark.
of, you know, kids' movies in general. You can put in stuff like that just for the adults, and they will chuckle at it. Because, yeah, the kids obviously know. And there's so much comedy with that, too, where just little adult jokes made, or Bo Peep glances somewhere that she shouldn't be glancing, or something. And it's just like, I love kids' movies that do that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
I think it's honestly helps the art form a lot.
I only think it's wrong when you're making kids do those things.
Yes, 100%.
It is. I think it's always great when it's adult putting adult jokes in kids' movies for other adults.
Yes.
When adults are giving kids lines to make adult jokes for adults in a kids' movie, that's when it gets fucked up.
Yes, 100%.
Sorry, I had to make that clarification.
No, that's a good clarification. Also, the fishing pole with legs. You know the joke there, right?
Oh, a hooker?
The hooker, yeah. It's because she's got a hook on the end with the long legs.
Yeah.
It's a good adult joke there as well.
I didn't think of it until you just asked me, and I'm like,
Really?
oh, duh,
Yeah.
hooker.
Yep. Next morning, Sid interrogates Woody about the location of the rebel base. While Woody remains silent, Sid uses a magnifying glass to concentrate sunlight on a spot between Woody's eyebrows, which starts to smoke. And Woody's feeling the pain. This sent me on a freaking, like... I didn't know that toys could feel pain because Woody gets thrown around by Andy at the beginning. They're falling out of windows. They're like. Well,
yeah, we know through the other movies. I'm thinking specifically of the second Toy Story movie. That Al.
Yeah.
He's does pokey shit to the toys.
Yeah, it's true.
Like when he's fixing. When he's fixing Woody, I think it is, he feels all of that pain when he's getting his arm sewn back on.
You know what that means, right? The toy that we saw blowing up
is actually
all the cannibal toys, everything. Yeah. They felt all this pain. The baby felt her head getting cut off.
All the dolls with the heads off. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dark.
I mean,
really
very dark.
Yeah, because they double down on toys can feel pain.
Yeah,
in the next two movies.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Which is a good lesson to teach kids, though, too, that toys can feel pain.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I honestly think the lesson that Sid's whole, we'll get there, but his whole arc gives is a good lesson for kids. It's just done in an insanely scary way.
Yes. And I must say that, like, all of the scenes with Sid in his room, outside, whatever it is, as a kid, terrified me.
Yeah.
Like, I would skip them. I would go in the other
don't blame
room.
you.
I was so terrified.
They are absolutely scary. There's, you know, flashlight moments where Woody's shining a flashlight on dark space, then you see the baby's head.
Yeah, and they also have, like, the horror movie music
Yep,
playing.
They do it.
Like, that hard, like, type shit.
The violin you're talking about? Yeah. When something runs past that you can't see, the yeah, I know exactly. I wish I could do a better violin impression.
Yeah, mine was terrible.
That's an out-of-tune violin right there. But yeah, Woody is lucky to save when Sid is called away to eat Pop-Tarts. And this is one of the things about Sid is he is demonic and like a really messed up kid, but we are reminded that he's a kid multiple times where he's asking his mom for stuff or just the little, Sid, your Pop-Tarts are ready. Oh, and he pops out of torturing the toy. You know.
Yeah. But Sid needs to be checked in, too.
You can see Woody and Buzz are becoming closer, bonding over some trauma here, because Buzz compliments Woody for not succumbing to Sid's torture, which I guess he could have then. If he was feeling the pain, he could have woke up in that moment and tried to, I guess you can't do anything as a toy. If you wake up, it probably is just going to make it worse for you.
Right, if it's just, like, him by himself, like...
Yeah, but...
Sid'll just kill him.
It's kind of crazy, especially knowing what they do a little bit later, the fact that he didn't wake up. So Buzz tries to laser all the other Misfit toys around because he thinks they're about to kill him, and that doesn't work. So Woody pushes a button that activates Buzz's karate chop action, and they march through the crowded toys, which parts to let them through. The karate chop action, by the way, was not on my Buzz Lightyear. Everything else on the Buzz Lightyear toy was on there. The laser, all the little buttons, everything that he says, the wings. The wings were on there, but the karate chop, unless I just never pressed that button. I saw where it was. I didn't remember it even being there. It's like another purple I don't know, piece on the, like, outside of his jetpack type thing that holds his wings.
Do you have Buzz or do I still have it?
You have Buzz.
When I get home, I'll check.
Good. Yeah, we'll follow up on that next week.
Let y'all know.
But yeah, so they have to hide, though. They can't get out quite yet because there's a dog. And Buzz hides in the living room. And this is where we see the first father figure of our movie, which is kind of interesting. The father is asleep, Sid's dad, which might say something about Sid, how... I don't know, the dad is just hanging out in a dark room by himself, falling asleep midday.
Yeah.
Definitely something there. I'm sure if I looked around that room a little more, there might be some more things there.
Possibly.
But in the living room, the TV is on, and Buzz sees that Star Command is calling him. He sees Star Command on the TV, so he's all excited. He thinks he's getting transmission, but it's a commercial for the Buzz Lightyear action figures, just like himself. And he realizes that Woody might be right about him being a toy, so he's freaking out. He's unable to face the truth, and Buzz tries to prove that he's still a space ranger by attempting to fly out the window. He gets up on the banister.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, he found out he's a toy and can't fly all in one commercial.
Yeah.
Because at the bottom it says, this is not a flying toy.
Yeah, no, it's hard, and on his face, it's a sad moment. Like, obviously, we want Buzz to know what his existence actually means. Like, we're not cheering for him to stay a Space Ranger, Buzz, but it is a sad moment seeing that realization come to his face.
And it's very much like a very real, like, lesson in, like, identity crisis as we go. Like, he's put everything into, this is what he needs to do. He needs to get on this ship, and all of a sudden, he realizes he can't do that. Like, he's just a toy. So, like, it's this full, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I've been working towards this thing, trying to get my mission done, and there is no fucking mission? Like, whew! That is a tough pill to swallow.
True. They're so good at hitting on these hard themes, especially as this movie plays on from this point. It gets, like, there's some really important lessons in here. But yeah, Buzz tries to fly out the window from the banister, and he falls and loses one of his arms in a really sad moment with Randy Newman singing along with some sad music. From this point on, Buzz falls into depression over the truth and makes him unable to participate in Woody's escape plan. He gets taken by Sid's sister and just is satisfied with being a tea person. And he also gets drunk off the tea, which is great.
Which is so funny. Never
knew it when I was a kid. I thought it was just like a stage of depression, I guess.
Me neither. It's so great. But, you know, Disney movies, they have to have that. They have to have either that one random, like, uncle character, some random fucking person that shows up drunk,
Yeah.
or someone getting drunk, and I love it every time.
It's so good, especially Pixar is so good at putting those adult concepts in children's movies.
Yeah.
That needs to be a video that I make one day.
Yeah.
Because Pixar, I feel like, does it better than a lot of other animated stuff that I've seen.
In the old movies, they really didn't give a fuck. Like, like in the Aristocats,
Yeah.
there's this, like, a goose uncle who has been, like, soaking in, like, brandy or wine or something, and, like, that is, like, mentioned. Like, they're talking about him being super drunk. It's hilarious.
There's probably a darker truth there about, like, conditioning to drink alcohol, like, a little bit in the movie industry, I'm sure, if we go far back.
Yeah.
But I don't want to talk about that. So.
It's not.
But yeah,
yeah, the drinking and the smoking, both of those.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Paying some big money to promote that shit.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, Buzz, unfortunately, is unable to participate in Woody's escape plan, which forces Woody to try and get the other toys' attention in Andy's room by waving Buzz's disconnected arm. Because Sid lives right next door, so he's decides to use Buzz's arm because Buzz won't get up on the windowsill to try to prove to the toys, no, Buzz is here, I'm chilling. But it makes the situation a lot worse because he accidentally shows off that Buzz's arm is disconnected, so they think he killed Buzz even more.
Yeah, but, like, I understand that they think he killed Buzz.
Yeah.
But you're going to leave him there to be tortured and killed?
It's all Potato Head. It's kind of good because they have Potato Head take lead. You can tell Slinky, who was Woody's closest friend at the beginning, they were playing checkers, he feels bad about it.
Yeah, but
Potato Head, who's the asshole, is...
How could you do that? This kid tortures and murders toys! How? Why would you just, like, I get you don't like him, be like, we'll bring you back over, we're pushing you out of the window,
Yeah.
you're on your own.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They condemn him to a brutal death.
Like, actually, like, insane.
Wow. Dark again.
Very dark.
When you think these things through, it is so fucking dark.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. But yeah, so Woody's fucked. I think that's our first F-bomb. Unless you dropped one. That's kind of crazy.
What?
It's gotta be a record. Have you dropped any F-bombs?
I've said fuck many times.
Really? Okay. That's my first F-bomb, and it took me an hour 27.
I'm sorry, Grandma. I've been swearing a lot.
An hour. Yeah.
Sorry. I love you. I'm sorry.
Grandma.
I'm apologizing to our grandma for swearing.
Well, yeah, but her name's not Grandma.
Do we want to dox our grandma?
No, I'm not gonna. Mana, that's what we call her. It just sounds weird coming out of your mouth.
I'm sorry. Well, I call her Grandma whenever we're around the Heitmans.
Really?
Yeah, do you not?
No.
It just kind of switches between.
I'm steadfast with it's Mana.
Mana, Grandma. Well, you came up with that name.
Yeah, exactly. I guess that's why I prefer it.
Grandma, Mana. I'm sorry for swearing so much.
Nice.
I'll try to tone it down for the rest of the episode.
There we go.
I don't know how it'll work.
So, Woody realizes that Sid's mutant toys are friendly when they fix Buzz's fucking arm. But it's... Sorry,
It's this whole... It's so... It's so funny because, like, Woody the whole time is just thinking Buzz is being eaten.
Yes.
Like, he fully thinks cannibalism is going on in front of him in this moment.
The camera's kept on Woody's perspective, so it looks like Buzz is being eaten. Yeah. He's just being swarmed by all these toys.
It's so messed up.
But he's unable to make Buzz... I'm sorry, the arm's fixed, it turns out. They weren't cannibalizing him, they were fixing his arm.
Yes.
But he can't make Buzz work with him, so he forces to leave him behind and forcing to leave Buzz behind and hide when Sid arrives. So Sid, unfortunately, just got a new box and prepares to destroy Buzz by strapping him to what is in the box. I have to do it. What's in the box? It's because I'm doing 7 right now. I have to throw that in there. Okay. You'll know. In the box was a rocket, and he attaches Buzz to the rocket, but luckily there's a thunderstorm. So Sid sets a timer for the next morning, or an alarm for the next morning, and goes to sleep for the night. Next door, it's Andy's bedtime, and he's mourning the loss of his 2 favorite toys. Very sad. Andy's sleeping alone. His mom comes in and says she's looked everywhere. All she can find is this hat, which she gives him. So Andy falls asleep with Woody's hat, as Andy's mom reassures him that they'll find Woody and Buzz before they move out the next day. So our race against time is getting not much time at all. Woody convinces Buzz life is worth living, even if he's not a space ranger, because of the joy he can bring to Andy, and helps Buzz regain his spirit. And just a lovely conversation, because Woody I don't know about you, but I was just watching the energy transfer happening here, right?
Yes.
Because Woody is just giving so much to Buzz, telling him, you don't have to be a space racer. You know, it's a great thing to build up toys. And then you can see Woody gets drained because he gets all sad and then just starts thinking about, you know, I shouldn't get out of here anyways. You know, I messed up. I tried to push you behind the desk. He feels bad about what he's done. But what he gave to Buzz was enough to lift Buzz up. And Buzz gets up, and I love watching stuff like it. Was just well-written dialogue. It made sense for both those characters to do what they're doing, and just watching the transfer of energy there.
And it's just beautiful to see, like, their friendship start.
Yes.
Like, it's beautiful, especially knowing the other movies and how it's gonna go.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Especially because Buzz was so down. I mean, he was like, he got drunk and then he was just silent.
Yeah,
much.
he
it
was like
sad.
In the deep pits of depression.
But now he's regained his spirit because of Woody. So he pushes, Woody was in a cage, so he gets Woody out of the cage. Woody gets hit with his second toolbox.
It's so funny because Woody gets out, he's like, Buzz,
I'm good.
Buzz, you can stop. And he's like, I almost got it. And then the toolbox just falls right on him.
But it shows Woody's growth in that moment too. It's not just for laughs because Woody doesn't get mad at Buzz for pushing the toolbox on top. So it's kind of there might be some reason for that moment, a little bit, at least some reason that we can find. So then Sid takes Buzz outside to blow him up. Buzz is done for at this point. I mean, what are we ever going to do? We're locked in Sid's room, but Woody decides to rally the troops being the mutant toys, and the goal is to come to life and frighten Sid, but we don't know that goal yet, which is nice. They don't do the whole Ocean's 11 thing, which I was just talking about in a recent movie, where a lot of the times that there's like a heist or something that there's planning to, it's really easy to cross-cut both the dialogue and the visuals from the planning portion to the actual execution of it, because you can be like, you can have one character go, but how are you going to get past these guards? They're always so attentive. And then it cuts to a person walking as a delivery man past the guards or whatever. Like they use that a lot. They don't do that in this movie. They just, they leave us in the dark. We don't know what the toys are going to do, and we get to watch this plan play out from, a neutral seat, which is cool. What is there a word for that? Dramatic irony is the opposite of that. I don't know what the word is, so I can't do another little lesson. But dramatic irony is when you know more than the characters on screen. This is the opposite of that.
Right.
So reverse dramatic irony. I know there's a word. I don't know.
Yes, because we don't know the plan.
Yes. So Woody outlines the plan and assigns tasks to each toy, and he's a good planner. We know this because he's a leader. Ducky and Legs go into the heating ducts to avoid Scud, who saw Woody trying to follow Sid and is still growling outside the bedroom door. Ducky and Legs get outside by removing the light fixture on the porch. They're kind of playing with the mechanics of the attic here and how that works.
I'm sorry, I just can't get over how they call the toy Legs. Because every time I hear it, it just sounds like a cat call to me.
Honestly, knowing
Hey, Legs.
knowing what that character represents, it probably is.
Right.
I hate to say.
Like, they were probably doing something, but I'm like, damn, Legs, really?
It's brutal. Yeah, that toy's been through it, dude.
Fuck.
Gets replaced like that, and then now her name is Legs.
Yeah, that's messed up.
What a shame. But so yeah, they go outside, they ring the doorbell. I don't know, they pull like the light bulb up into the attic or whatever. They ring the doorbell. It was cool. It's obviously wouldn't actually work, but it's a kid's movie. The doorbell is the signal. So right when that happens, Woody releases a wind-up frog from Sid's room. The frog scoots out under Scud, zooms down the hall. Scud gives chase and follows the frog downstairs, where Hannah's answering the door, Sid's sister. The frog goes out, Ducky grabs it, and they're both reeled up, and Hannah walks the dog outside, which is hilarious because, like, Hannah just does it. It's never explained. She just hates the dog, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. And she also asked no questions why there was a toy around the doorbell, pretty much. Like, there's just a hanging toy there when the doorbell rang, and she just, like, doesn't care.
Yeah, I guess if Sid's your brother, some, like, strange shit is probably
used to
going
it.
on.
That's
Be like,
true.
he's up to his bullshit again. Oh, sorry, I swore again.
This is an explicit podcast. Don't worry. I tick that box every time.
Good.
Yeah, so the frog goes out. Ducky grabs it. They're both reeled up by Legs before Scud catches up. Hannah left it. Sorry, I already said that. The porch light fixture drops back, and nobody notices. As soon as Hannah's out of the front hall, Woody and his all of the other toys are on a skateboard. So they come out, roll down the stairs, through the kitchen, and exit out of the doggy door in the back door. This story that I'm reading here calls it a cat flap, though, which pisses me off. That is not a fucking cat flap.
Yeah, that's clearly a doggy
Yeah,
door.
they have a dog. I've never even heard that before. Oh yeah, you want to give cats access to the outdoor? Is that a thing?
No.
That doesn't sound like it would be.
Really, in this country, no cat should be outdoor cats.
Yeah.
But that's another conversation.
Oh boy. They land in the bushes where they have a good view of the launch site, and Sid has set up in a newscaster voice the whole launch site, and he's playing mission control as well as the person on the launch site pushing it off on the pad. He asks if construction is complete on the pad, and Sid responds to himself, yes it is. So Sid himself is out of sight, apparently rummaging around the shed looking for matches. Ducky, Legs, and the wind-up frogs pop out of a downspout as Sid prepares to start the countdown. So we get the countdown, we get all the way down to 1. The launch pad looks strange. Buzz and his rocket are standing on a dartboard, on a milk crate with an orange striped traffic horse. The jug is connected. This doesn't matter. Woody approaches Buzz, who's happy to see him, but Sid tosses Woody. Woody doesn't approach Buzz. Woody doesn't. He does? Mm-hmm. Okay, he approaches Buzz first. Oh yeah, and then when Sid comes back, he has to play dead, and then he gets thrown on the charcoal grill, which could have gone bad because Sid walked over the match right then, but luckily put the match in Woody's holster.
Yeah.
Which will come back. But then he lights another match, starts the countdown. We get all the way down to 1 now, and when he's focused on this, the toys are taking the positions all around the yard. So right before Sid can light Buzz's fuse, Woody's voice recordings start playing, one after the other.
And a little too close for me. Like, he had the match lit.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, they milked this moment. Woody could have spoke earlier.
It was so close.
Woody could have spoke earlier easily, and he just didn't because they wanted to play that countdown
like
moment.
Maybe everyone wasn't into position yet or something like that.
That's one of those things that I wish they would have done a little better, because that was a race against time right there. Yes. If they would have actually made it feel like a really tough finish, that would have been
Instead
cool.
of it's like, Woody, do your thing now.
It could have been a testament to the editing too. I don't know how they were splicing those clips together.
Or maybe it's the fact of, like, maybe us catching on to it because we've seen the movie so many times, we know what's happening. And like you said, we're not supposed to know the plan.
True.
So that's possible it hits harder when you don't know what Woody's going to do.
That's true. So yeah, Woody's voice recording started playing, and Sid is distracted, so he comes over to pick Woody up off the grill. His string hasn't been pulled, but he starts saying some creepy shit. He said Sid's name. There's a large toy pickup truck starts coming out of the sand. All the toys essentially wake up and torture Sid. There's a couple of dismembered soldiers coming out of the mud in a puddle, and they all advance on Sid, who backs away and jumps when the three-eyed alien from Pizza Planet pops out under Scud's bowl. Sid backs towards the clothesline, and the baby-headed spider drops down on his head. He shrieks, shakes it off, but the toys have him surrounded. Sid is panic-stricken. He screams, throws Woody in the air, and runs into the house, where he tells Hannah that the toys are alive. Obviously, Hannah doesn't believe him, but starts torturing him by holding her little doll in his face.
As she should.
As she should, because Sid's tortured her this whole movie.
Yes.
Let's talk about this. Traumatizing, right? I mean, obviously Sid's backstory is already really dark. Like, the person that he's gonna be a serial killer. Like, it's a very scary kid. The fact that he's doing this, the fact that his parents are letting him do this, we don't see his parents ever. We hear his mom, his dad seems distant. Mm-hmm. So he's a troubled kid. But is this warranted, giving this kid PTSD for the rest of his life? Because he will have this memory of these toys waking up. Like, how will you rationalize that? It wasn't just one toy. It wasn't just Woody said something weird and then 20 years later you can be like, no, that was just my kid imagination or something. They all woke up. They landed on his head. Is that, all right? Is that warranted?
I think the hope there is from that moment he changes his behavior.
Yes.
That now he's so scared that he does have fucking trauma from that. But he's like a good, he's fucking
treats toys kindly. That's the whole lesson.
Like, now he grows up for a life to fix toys.
Yes. Dude, the scariest moment in all that is when Woody's play nice or whatever, and his face wakes up and animates to Sid, and it is terrifying. Yeah. Especially because with the animation, the toys look better than the humans, so he looks so real next to Sid. But I think it's harsh, honestly. It's just really traumatizing the way that it played out, the things that they're saying to him, oh, you played not nice with us, all these things. I know that you want to do this, but I don't think it's worth giving Sid years and years of PTSD.
But think about all the stuff we just talked about. Toys can feel pain.
It's true.
So all of those toys, he fucking ripped their heads off, moved them. They felt every moment.
I guess, yeah, with our alignment
so if we
with the
put
toys.
up all of that, like, that's the real. Like,
okay.
is it a fair punishment
If we
for
want to play
everything
that
he's
game,
done?
then no, it's not a fair punishment because Sid deserves to die.
Right.
Holy shit.
Right.
Because we are, so I guess that's a good middle ground then. Yeah, scaring him like crazy.
Yeah.
All right, I guess that's fair.
I think maybe I would say no, but our conversation about pain and really thinking about all of the toys that endured that, and he like actually murdered toys.
Yeah.
So I think talking to them was the nicest thing they could have done.
100%. Especially knowing that the toys keep consciousness when their heads are cut off and things like that, so they continue feeling that pain.
Yeah.
Probably.
Right.
I don't really know. Like, do they have nerves in
Right.
their neck?
Is it like a chicken or is it like those creatures in the labyrinth?
That's the question.
That's the question.
But Woody and Buzz, they all advance on Sid. He shrieks, throws Woody. So yeah, Woody and Buzz are now chilling, but they can't quite get in Andy's car. Andy's car drives away to his new house. Now freed, Woody and Buzz pursue the Davis moving truck, which is right behind them. Unfortunately, Scud is still there, Sid's dog. So he attacks Woody, and running down the road, this dog is just out in the open. Also just toys out in the open, which is like, there's no other cars noticing this. There's no people going, what the... I actually would have liked that, and that's such a Pixar thing to do now. I feel like in a Pixar movie now, we would have, you know, some like some old guy sitting on a porch reading a newspaper, and he reads Cowboy in the newspaper or something, or what would he read? Like, here's how you do it. Here's the joke that I would have written in, right?
Okay.
He's reading a newspaper, and the top line of the newspaper says, new battery powered toys. And he looks down, he's like, oh, interesting. He looks up, and there's Buzz and Woody running along. He's just like, oh, and then looks back down at the newspaper. Like, that type of thing would have been great, because then we can kind of, you know, make a little joke at how people would be seeing this, but not just, like, leave it completely, you know.
Right. We only had Andy's sister seeing it.
Yeah.
But she was in the car. Like, it makes more sense for people around the car to see that rather than, like, they could even have another child playing in the yard that sees that. Like, if they wanted to do the same thing they did with her.
All the kids just look over and see it. I like that.
Right, yeah.
Now, I think I'm realizing why they didn't do it, because you have to animate a whole nother character model, which probably would have taken an insanely long time back then.
Which is definitely why they just use a sister for that. But I think they had that idea and we're like, we'll put it on
That's
her.
true. Yeah, no, that's 100% true. But yeah, so they're pursuing the Davis moving truck. They can't quite hold on to the truck. And Woody tells Buzz to take care of Andy for him. Buzz decides to sacrifice himself for Woody, jumping on Scud's head, making him let go of Woody. But now Woody has to rescue Buzz. Woody's back on the moving truck. All the toys still are out for blood.
Yeah.
But he's got RC out. Yeah, but the other toys throw Woody out of the truck.
Yeah.
Again, martial law. These guys do not give a fuck, man.
No.
It's a dark world in the world of toys. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I mean, you could dismember, discarded. Like, it just happens. It's life. The toy life.
Yeah, and they're just throwing him out onto the street. Like, fuck.
God.
That's messed up. And it also goes into, they don't care about Andy whatsoever.
Oh, no.
Like, come on. If they were doing that, like, even if they fucking hate Woody, Andy loves him.
Yeah, he's never going to affect,
Like, so what the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's...
And I do think
honestly,
it's mostly Mr. Potato Head that's, like, rallying people.
Right, that's a really good point, though, is they care so much about Andy, yet they're so flippant to just discard of Woody.
Yeah.
Because it's what's best for the group. When, like, no, all of your other decisions have been made with what's best for Andy. Why?
Right.
Yeah. There's so many little things like that in this film, which is why I don't think it's rated as high for some people. Where it's just the little internal logic that just doesn't quite line up the same in two places. Mm-hmm. You know?
I mean, like, you could explain that by, like, they're just all fucking assholes with no empathy.
And I don't want to spend a whole movie having to go, okay, how could this work? And it's fun to do on the podcast. I'm very happy to do it here. But not while I'm watching. Right. You know? So when it's too much, it's the Buzz thing was a lot for me. I didn't like that. I wish that was explained, where I was kind of, like, looking how they would explain it, and then it didn't happen, you know? That's where I don't like to be. Everything else was just kind of afterwards. Yeah,
nothing that we meant, like, has jumped out at me and, like, made me think, except for the room thing of, like, why are they getting all of this new shit when they're about to move?
It's fun to look at movies like that though, because
Yeah.
I just like, I don't know. It's fun to poke holes in things. I'm not gonna lie. It
is.
is. It is. Even when you love something.
I'm so sorry. Are you good with the air conditioning?
Oh no, do you need it off?
I'm freezing.
Yeah. I got you. I mean,
I think
we're saving gas anyways, so I'll take it.
I'm just like an icicle over here.
God damn, I'm sorry. You're like shivering, and I'm just chilling, going through the story.
No, I know you have a long sleeve shirt. I'm sorry. You can continue. I couldn't focus right when I was that cold.
Nice. So yeah, all of our viewers should grab a blanket right now and settle in for the very end of the story here. Get warm. So yeah, Woody's on the road because the toys tossed him off, but luckily RC sweeps Woody off his feet, and Woody sweeps Woody off his feet, and he's gotten Buzz at this point, so he turns RC up to turbo mode so they can catch up to the moving truck. This was some more logic that I didn't like, was like, is RC, can he drive himself or not? Because sometimes he's driving himself, like when Woody loses the controller and he's moving along with Buzz. And then other times, Woody has to use the remote to turn past a wheel. Like we see earlier, he can turn.
Well, I think... Oh, that's interesting. I was gonna say, I think, like, the power still works, but it's just not the wheel. But if he can control it...
We saw him moving earlier in the movie.
I guess...
On his own.
Yeah, no, I guess it makes sense that he would be able to function normal. Like when Andy isn't playing with him or no one's playing with him, he just sits there,
So then
like, super still.
why did Woody need the remote then if he can function normally?
Because he didn't tell him his plan.
But I mean,
he has no idea what's going on.
Once they're all off the moving truck and Woody and Buzz is on there, what does he think the fucking plan is? I mean, are we calling this guy less smart because he can't talk? He's less smart than all the other toys who realize that they need to stay with Andy?
Maybe. Okay, I have an idea. And I'm
go.
trying really hard on it, but I think you might be right.
Let's do it.
It's possible.
Do you have an idea?
Okay, it could be the turbo mode is the thing. Like, he can't function on turbo mode. Like,
Yeah.
he can
too
drive
fast.
like normally.
Yeah.
Right? And like any way he wants. But when it comes to like actually like racing, like race car style, because he's a race car, when that is turned on, like he needs
Still
to
doesn't
be
explain
controlled 'cause
turning.
it's too much power.
Still doesn't explain turning. You know, there's a shot where Woody and Buzz are on the back and they go up to it. They're about to hit a car tire, and Woody has to turn real fast. Why didn't RC do that?
Where are they sitting on him? Can he see?
I'm
trying really hard,
Buzz
but I think you're
Buzz
right.
was on the back. Woody was on the front.
Are his eyes covered?
Keep trying to think.
Two toys on top of that could be like an obstruction of his view, so he can't see as well. So Woody being on top and having the wheel is like better. I don't know.
Here, I got it. I can explain it. Woody doesn't know the mechanics of how RC works, so he just makes the mistake and thinks that he needs the remote. And the whole time, RC is trying to get his attention to be like, what are you doing? I can do this. Stop steering me into the freaking tire. No!
Yes.
But since we cannot hear RC talk, yeah.
That's amazing.
There it is.
I like that.
We found the reason. But yeah, so they turbo up so they can catch the moving truck. Spotting Woody drive RC back with Buzz alive, the other toys realize their mistake, and they try to help him into the truck. RC's batteries, unfortunately, are becoming depleted. So RC coughs to a stop in the middle of the road as the moving van disappears in the distance. So they think they're done. Except we don't think they're done because we see the rocket and we saw the match in Woody's little holster there. So we think everything's fine. So Buzz remembers he has the rocket, and Woody remembers he still has the match. So he pulls it out of the holster, ignites the match, and a car drives by and the match dies. This I love.
Yes.
A little expectation subversion. They didn't play with it enough because they immediately gave kind of a... Okay, actually, no. I like what they did here. I'm not going to shit on it whatsoever. I want to play that moment for more time because I like when I think I know where a movie's going and then it has to do a hard 180 and it stays there for a while. Mm-hmm. And it's like, whoa, what are we going to do now? I want to feel that feeling for a little longer. Unfortunately, I only felt it for 5 seconds because then they realized that they can use Buzz's helmet to kind of harness the sun. The same thing with the magnifying glass to kill to hit Woody. It's a good callback.
It's so good because you think it's going to be a callback that you very clearly saw him put the match in the holster, and then it's like, nope, it's this other callback.
That's good. That's really good.
I love it.
Yeah, I really like it too.
I think you're right. I would have loved like another moment of like, oh, what are they gonna do? But I also understand like, we can't take too long
Yeah.
because then it's like the car's gone.
Exactly.
The moving truck is gone.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
But yeah, so Woody decides to ignite the rocket by using Buzz's helmet to harness a tighter beam of sunlight, which wouldn't work, but we'll ignore that.
Yeah.
And they go there's a lot of things that wouldn't work in this, but they go soaring into the air. Buzz then opens his wings and cuts himself free before the rocket explodes. I think at this point they already tossed RC into the truck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they toss RC into the truck, and then the rocket's about to explode. They're going high into the air, and Buzz detaches, and this is when Buzz's wings perfectly work in the air. And it's a great moment because Buzz is actually flying. And we get the great line this time from Woody, "To infinity and beyond," with both of them flying, and I'm like crying.
Yeah,
I've seen
so
it, so
good.
it's such a great moment. There's another great callback in that moment too, where Woody is like, You're actually doing it. You're flying. And Buzz goes, "I'm not flying. I'm falling with style." Oh,
fuck
come
yeah.
on. It's
So
too good.
good.
It's too good. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Amazing.
So yeah, they pass the truck again, and Buzz says he's not aiming for the truck and fall into the minivan's sunroof, landing neatly in the box next to Andy, who finds them and gleefully tells his mom. She assumes they've been in the car the whole time because that's pretty much what Andy said. They do a good job playing with the mom and Andy to not figure out that the toys are alive. The dialogue always lines up really well and is believable.
Right.
And that was another moment of it. But then that's pretty much it. We get one last scene, which is in the new house on Christmas Eve. Buzz and Woody stage another reconnaissance mission to prepare for new toy arrivals, which this time is a Mrs. Potato Head to the delight of Mr. Potato Head.
Yes.
At the very end, Woody jokingly asks Buzz, "What could Andy possibly get that is worse than you?" as we have a slow zoom out from outside the window. The question is immediately answered, though, with Andy's new gift, as it turns out, is a puppy. The two shared a worried look, and credits roll.
Yes.
That's it.
Ah, so good.
And they all live happily ever after.
There you
I gotta
go.
remember that.
Got it.
That is the end of our story.
Ah, such a good story.
A great ending too. Just I think, yeah, such a strong story. Simple, a pretty normal 1, 2, 3 act structure, but it just feels so complete in the end. It doesn't need any more to it. I think it's perfectly paced. It's just, yeah, it's so well done.
Absolutely, I would agree. I would say, as far as characters, and again, we're gonna have to talk about this similar to how we did in like our other animated children's movies that we have seen, is you give a character a quality, and that is who they are.
Yep, except our main two.
Yes,
yep.
And that is what you stick with. So all of the side characters, it's Slinky, Ham, Mr. Potato Head, they all have like their certain little quality, and that is just to the max. Like Rex is just like anxious
Fearful,
as fuck.
yeah.
He's stressed out. Potato Head's just like angry.
Yep.
So it is so interesting to me though how much depth Woody and Buzz have for a kids movie.
Yes.
It's insane. Like,
they both have complete arcs.
Yep.
Both of their characters are like, they're kind of set up in the beginning just like all the other toys, where they have their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Woody's the leader, Buzz is the spaceman, and then they break those down as we go, and we see the worst sides of these people, the best sides of them, the friendship coming together.
Yes.
And how it changes them. Even just the little things about how Woody starts to treat Buzz a little better, gets a little smarter about how he's treating him, how Buzz, I guess just kind of Buzz going through his depressive state, like how much that says about his identity and what that meant to him, and to get up out of that with the conversation. You're totally right. There's so much there.
It's so interesting. I think like Woody in general, we've talked about, like, he's such a likable character at the beginning, and then he gets super, super jealous.
Yeah.
And we see this like turn in him, and then him trying to recover from fucking up, and like everyone's mad at him, but he's still like kind of evil in a way. Like he's doing this with like the wrong motives.
Yeah.
And then it comes full circle, and he kind of he's able to just like be able to relate to Buzz in a way.
Yeah, except it's really the same as Buzz if you think about it. There's kind of a lot of duality there because Woody wants to be this person that he can't be anymore because
Right.
of an outside force that comes in and tells
You're
him how it
so
is.
right.
It's the same exact thing.
Yep.
Yeah, it's I yeah, their relationship is legendary, man.
Yeah, and it's so amazing that they could hit these very just like dark themes with their characters
Yes.
and just like make it watchable for children. Like that's
100%.
amazing. So like kids can learn about this shit. Like it's so well done. Like I don't know if there is we would have to find it, but like a character in a kids movie that is more developed than these two. Possibly in the later Toy Story movies.
Some later princesses too,
Mhm.
but definitely not aimed at this age group.
It's yeah.
This is like your 6 to 10s, right?
Right.
More than your like 10 to 12s.
Yeah.
Or like I don't know, like how would you say like 4 to 8 and 8 to 12? Like that's kind of what you're shooting for. I think like a lot of the princess films fall more in the 8 to 12, where this one sits lower than that.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's kind of
you are right. There are some princesses with some very good story arcs that touch on
100%.
some very dark themes, but those movies tend to be a lot darker.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm thinking like
Zootopia.
Tangled.
Tangled, that's one of them. I
I
don't
was
know why
thinking in the
Zootopia.
princess,
Yeah.
in the princess realm. Like I was thinking like Tangled, a lot of dark stuff is happening and it is very present and very dark, and you know exactly like it's not like talked around that Rapunzel is like literally kidnapped and trapped in a tower.
Yeah.
Like that's not something we're going around. Like it's very dark, and there's a lot of development with her, and she's an amazing character, and it has an amazing character arc. But for this type of movie, that does feel like it's for toddlers.
Yeah.
More so than those like upper elementary schools.
And they're still able to play into the darkness too. Not as hard as Tangled or something like
but
that.
in such a way that it's so subtle.
Yeah. It's 100% true.
It's amazing.
Zootopia is another example of playing. They go way further into darkness, I think, than most kids' movies and hard themes. But
they don't really have the character development. Is the thing.
Nick Wilde. I mean, come on.
Okay.
His story, Judy too. I mean, like they got.
But it's not on the same, like, it's a kid's arc that they're going over.
Yeah, and the story is so much grander, too. Like, it's not,
Yeah.
they have so many different scenes and characters that they're interacting with chances to build up their character conversation, just because they're living in a city of animals versus we're kept in just a room.
Right.
And a pizza planet and another room.
Yes.
You know, like, that says a lot about what this movie can do.
Absolutely.
We've kind of gotten away from characters a little bit, I guess.
Yeah. But I've said what I needed to.
Yeah.
I think I said what I needed to say on that.
The humans are not very developed, and that's for a reason. And it's great. Their background, they help out, pushing the story forward. That's all they do.
Yeah.
They create our races against time. They have their role, and it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the role of women in this movie?
I mean,
Pretty terrible, right?
Yeah.
Like, is the best female character Sid's sister? Because she has a little story to her.
Possibly.
The mom, maybe, although she's off screen, like rock star mom. That's a good
Yeah.
portrayal. But it's like there's no good. That Jessie was very important. There's no good female character. It's Bo Peep, and she's just swooning over Woody the whole time. That's it. You know,
she is.
That's kind of unfortunate for some of our.
Yeah, not strong female characters whatsoever.
All men in the writing room, so I guess that makes sense.
Yup.
Yeah.
There's not one
Not
female
one.
name that I read on that
is
list. Yup. Favorite character?
Favorite character. Oh man. I think for my favorite character, I'm gonna take. Man, it's just between the two for me. There's no bit character
well,
that
you'll
gets
take
me.
one and I'll take the other.
Okay. I'm gonna take Buzz.
Okay.
I think that although I didn't like some of the like just glossing over his reasoning for things, the moment where he realizes that he is not who he thought he was, I felt like they stayed in that Buzz headspace for way longer than I thought they did.
Mm-hmm.
And it was better for it. We got to just see, like, Woody gets broken down, but it's for small moments at a time. It's normally, like, manifested with anger. It's different than this just deep depression that Buzz does a great job of speaking to, you know?
Yeah.
It's not played for comedy except the drunkenness.
Right.
That's it. They do the drunkenness for comedy, which I didn't understand as a kid, so I don't know if that's smart because you kind of make depression, you make it a little funny, which I don't know if that's great.
Right, but depression driving you to the bottle is
and then just like
crazy.
The way Buzz ends in the end too, he's not smug about flying. He's like he understands his role and now cares about what I love it so much.
Yeah.
So Buzz.
Yeah, I will go with Woody then.
Yeah.
For me again, it was in between the two. Yeah, Woody's just such a good character because, like we've said, he's likable at the start and becomes pretty not likable. But it's such a human thing. Like, you can feel his jealousy. You completely understand why he's doing what he's doing. Although, I might not make those decisions. I understand why he pushed Buzz out of the window. Like, I can understand and empathize with that jealousy that he's had throughout the entire movie. And then just for it to come... Just for him to start, like, slowly caring about Buzz, like realizing that he is really down, and specifically that conversation that they have at the end when he's kind of like trapped and trying to talk him in. He's like, being a toy is great. Like, it's almost like he was like reminding himself in that moment, and it made both of them like so much stronger and so much better.
That's that's a good insight there. You're absolutely right.
That doesn't really have to do with his character too much, but I thought of that.
He said it. He said it. It's good enough.
Least favorite character?
Least favorite character. I'm gonna go with Slinky. Unfortunately,
Boo.
His motivations don't make sense really. Like at the window, like you said.
I'm sorry, I don't know why boo.
He's Woody's friend, and he like just conforms with the group, wanting to hate Woody. He doesn't have anything to him like everybody else kind of has their shtick. He doesn't really have a shtick, like outside of just his person. You know, his Slinky.
For me, I don't know if this makes any sense whatsoever. But Slinky just seems like the kind of guy who would like smoke weed.
He seems approachable, like you grab a beer with him.
Like he seems like a stoner to me for whatever reason. And they don't get into that whatsoever, but just purely based on vibes, I get that from him.
Yeah. He's definitely laid back enough, so yeah.
He's laid back. He just does whatever the fucking group does.
Yeah, definitely.
Plays a lot of checkers. I don't know.
Yeah, I like that. Slinky the stoner.
Then we have best scene.
What's your least favorite?
Sorry, I didn't even say mine. My least favorite is going to be... I don't know. I guess... I'll say this, but it's purely for this movie. Rex just pisses me off.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's because I relate to him in a way. That I just get annoyed when I see it. Like, I don't know. Like, it's when, like, you're watching something and someone's like, it's like the Jar Jar Binks thing. You know, it's like he keeps fucking up and it's like, God damn, just get it together, please.
Yeah. You know it's gonna happen every time you see him.
I do love him in the other two movies. Like, I think he is overall a great character. But I didn't want to say, like, Andy's sister or some lame bullshit like that.
We'll go
with Rex.
honorable mention for Bo Peep, just because she does nothing. And she's just swooning over Woody, like we were saying.
Yeah, that's fact. I forgot about her.
Exactly.
Right.
Sid's a good character too. Not a favorite, but
yeah, honorable mention.
Yeah,
honorable mention for Andy's mom.
There we
love
go.
her.
Yeah.
Single mom.
Any more honorable mentions you want to throw? Alien.
Honorable mention for Alien.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not the film. The
the aliens in Toy Story. Okay, best scene?
Best scene. Me first or you first?
You can go first.
I don't think I'm going to take yours, so
okay.
We should be good. It's the first scene when all the toys come out for the first time. That's
Perfect.
mine. It is the best dialogue in the entire film. We're just going around the room meeting everybody, and we're able to understand who everybody is so fast. There's so many little jokes in there, and it's also just the first moment where you start seeing what this movie is doing, how the toys move around, and you know how that would make sense if when they're actual toys coming to life. Getting to see Woody's character, getting everybody together, and trying to hold down the stress of everything, like. it's just you really feel like it does exactly what it's trying to do. It feels like you were in a kid's room. You saw Woody playing with, or Andy playing with these toys, and now they are sentient, and what they're doing makes complete sense.
Yes.
That's mine.
Completely. I'm gonna go with the flying scene at the end.
Yeah.
There's nothing, I was tearing up. It's such a beautiful scene. Just the lines in that are the most iconic, it's so good.
100%
It's so
agree.
good. I must mention, I wish that Pixar decided to make Woody and Buzz more gay. I think that would have been fun. Because they do that with a lot of other characters. And
not in the 90s. We haven't woken up yet.
Yes, they do.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Like in what? Like explicitly gay?
Not explicitly
Okay,
gay.
like,
That's what I'm saying. They should make it the Disney gay.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you know how Disney's like, we haven't had a gay character in forever. And it's like, fucking Baloo and Bergera. Like, come on, be for real. There are a lot of gay Disney characters that, like, they could have done that thing that they do with, like, Baloo and Bergera. Is that his name?
Bergera?
Bergera?
I don't know. It doesn't. Is it another
Bergera.
B? Because you already got Baloo. I don't know. It's something like that.
Bergera.
It sounded kind of right to
The
me when you
Panther.
said it. Yeah, the Panther.
Like, they could have leaned into that, like, a little more. Because, like, they have so much, like, arguing going on. I think it would have just been really funny if, like, they had a little more of that made it feel like they were gay.
I think that would not
But
help
that's just
the
mean.
story. Because how much harder is it to not just build a friendship, but now they're lovers? How are you going to...
They do that all the time in Disney movies.
But not in a movie
They
where
just
the
have to
whole
throw on a
story is
few
that they hate
more
each
lines.
other.
That's so good.
No.
Enemies to lovers? Come on.
Enemies to lovers
We
is
love
great,
that
but that's
arc.
way harder than enemies to friends. I do like
No, I know they're not going to be explicitly gay, but they could have added a little more just for that gay Disney feeling. And I'm sorry, I didn't know where to throw that in, so I'm throwing it in here.
This is the should it be gay section.
And the answer is always yes.
Our favorite segment.
Should it be gay? Yes. Yeah.
All right.
I just, I felt a little bit of the romance. I wish it could have been more.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you don't agree with that.
I just don't. I mean, if you have some examples about how they could put it in there, then maybe this is an off-mic conversation.
We'll talk.
We work out how we can rebuild this story to be a gay lover story instead of a friendship story.
Well, it's really, they just have to throw in a few more things. I'll think about it and I'll let you know of like what they could have thrown in to imply that they're gay.
That's great. I would love that.
Okay. I'll let you know. Worst scene?
Worst scene for me is I wasn't really thinking this through. Probably in the Pizza Planet car itself. It's just more slapstick, we're not really getting anywhere, and Buzz is just sitting in the front seat all nonchalant next to a human. I don't like it. It's so convenient that the human doesn't see him. And I don't know, it's not that bad though.
Yeah.
That's mine.
That's fair. This is always the hardest part. I will go with trying to think of any scene. Like, there are scenes. The only thing that comes to mind, just because I watched this so much as a child, are all of the scenes in Sid's room. But they are wonderfully done scenes. Yeah. So it's like, I can't say that, but they scared the shit out of me. So I have like this like reaction to them. That makes any sense.
You can't just invest in it as much as one might normally would.
But I can think of a real one, I'm sorry.
Do you always wait to think about it until you're told?
Dude, I try to think about it during the movie, but when they're this good of a movie, I can't fucking think of it.
There are scenes that are worse than other scenes. That's what I look for, is like, okay, that Pizza Planet in the car is not a bad scene, but it's worse than a lot of the other scenes. That's why I went for it.
Right, that's what I'm trying to think of. Of what's worse.
I can try and help you.
That's hard to think about when you're watching the movie.
Yes, but when you're replaying it back, you should be able to feel, because which scenes did you feel happier, pretty much? Which scenes just gave you a little bit of like, all right, we're staying here for too long. I just noticed the plane.
Oh.
Look at that. You haven't got distracted the whole episode. It's me first.
I have gotten distracted many times.
Oh, I just haven't
Because a
noticed.
bunch of mosquitoes keep landing on your sunroof, and it's weird to see them from this angle.
They're coming from for the light.
They are.
Yeah.
I will go with just this is so terrible. I can't be a podcaster. This is awful. What the fuck?
We're on episode
can't even think of
21. It's much too late.
I can't think of a worse scene. It's just such a good movie. Like, there's no scene that's bad in it.
Yeah, okay. That's a crazy statement. I mean,
You think there is a bad scene in Toy Story?
what about when they see all the gifts come in? I think that's a worse scene than the scene after it where Sarge goes out and reports all the gifts coming back. You probably didn't even need them walking in with the gifts. It was just for one joke where it's like, oh, that one's small, and then they turn to the left and it's actually a really long gift that just looks small from our perspective.
Sure, I guess.
You're gonna go... Dude, I mean...
But, like, that's the thing, is, like, I don't like saying these scenes that I thought were fine but are worse than other, because I don't think it was the worst scene. Maybe we should change the name of the category, because I can't think about it.
It's
this
not
is the
that
worst
confusing.
Scene.
It's just, what is a scene that is not good compared to other scenes? That's it.
That's not what I hear when I hear worst scene.
What do you hear?
What scene was bad?
But
That's what I.
But
that's,
if you
see,
like
that's
a
where
movie,
the disconnect. That's what I'm thinking of when I'm thinking of the
right. But I'm
worst
explaining
scene.
to you why you don't have to go through that disconnect. Literally, if we watch The Prestige, right?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't pick a bad scene, but I can easily pick the worst scene in The Prestige. It's going to be the conversation with well, it doesn't matter, but it's one of the conversations with Scarlett Johansson's character.
Yeah.
With I think, actually I shouldn't spoil. With Borden. So, but like it's that type of thing where it's just I focus on one, and then it's like, okay, this is a little bit worse. Do you just want to move on?
Yeah, let's just move on.
All right. I mean, it's hard to talk badly about things you love, you know?
It's just hard for me to say that a scene, like, cause yeah, I guess that present scene was the worst, but like, I didn't mind that scene and I enjoyed the comedy in that
Right,
scene.
that's not...
Like, that's the thing. Like, I thought, like, that joke is funny and I
That's what's
did
hard.
laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Like, how can I say that's the worst scene when I laughed out loud in theaters?
Well, I mean, the reason...
Like, that's my point. Like, it's
reason-
hard for me to do it with a movie that I truly think has no bad scenes because I enjoyed every scene.
I think it's a really
so
interesting...
it's hard for me to, like try to, scale them out of, okay, this scene is the best. Like, it's hard for me to, tier list them, in my mind.
Really?
Of, what scene is worse than these. It is, when it's a good movie like that, because everything for me, it just goes along so cohesively. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, me and the viewers are happy either way, so if you want to not pick a worse scene in good movies, that's fine.
I will, it's just this specific movie, it's hard.
No bad scenes in Toy Story.
There aren't.
There's really not. There is a worse scene, plenty of them, worse than others, but no bad.
Okay. Time for your segment.
Oh, you gave me the dead stare to
Yeah, I was gonna see if you picked up on it.
testing me out. Yeah, so we are here finally at the legendary Gio's Hidden Gems, your most expensive movie factoids. We're just reading out the IMDb trivia today, so take these with a grain of salt. Taking some of the highest ranked ones. Billy Crystal was originally offered the chance to voice Buzz Lightyear, but declined. After seeing the finished film, he said this decision was the biggest mistake of his career. Upon learning this, John Lasseter telephoned Billy's house to offer him the role of
Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski in Monsters, Inc. Billy's wife answered the telephone and said, "John Lasseter wants to speak to you." Billy took the telephone from his wife and said, "Yes." Apparently that's how the conversation went down. Sid Phillips is inspired by a former Pixar Animation Studios employee of the same last name, who is known to disassemble toys and use the parts to build bizarre creations.
Oh.
So probably just a creative guy got turned into a terrible kid. Poor guy.
Damn.
You don't want to say that. Yeah, they based Sid off me. It's great. Not even me,
everyone think you were a psychopath.
yeah, not even me as a kid either. Me as an adult, a working man.
Yikes.
The animation team perfected the movement of the toy soldiers. Oh, this is interesting. By nailing a pair of sneakers to a sheet of wood and trying to walk around with them on.
This is what I'm saying. The attention to detail.
And it's always little things like that. If they're animating dogs, they'll get puppies into the theater. You know, it's just that Pixar is so good. For cars, they like went on a road trip on Route 66 and found all these points of interest.
It's so cool.
It's amazing what they're willing to spend money on because it shows in the film. It really does. Like you picked that out specifically. I know if that didn't happen in behind the scenes, you probably wouldn't have picked that out in the same way. This was the first animated film nominated for the Academy Award for Best Screenplay. The first.
Wow.
Sounds pretty cool. Tom Hanks recorded his dialogue during breaks of Sleepless in Seattle and A League of Their Own.
Damn!
He didn't want to record his dialogue during the breaks of Philadelphia or Forrest Gump because he felt he shouldn't do comedic roles in between minutes of playing serious roles. So he'd do Toy Story, but only during non-serious roles, which... Sleepless in Seattle, a non-serious role?
Yeah, it's a rom-com.
Okay, because A League of Their Own, his role is pretty serious. I mean, Jimmy Dugan, like,
but
he's played for comedy, but he's a broken man. I mean...
Yeah, but it's overall, like, a comedy movie. Like, it's not a movie with with a lot of dark themes.
I love that movie, man. A League of Their Own.
It's so good.
The carpet in Sid's house is the same hexagonal pattern as the carpet in the Overlook Hotel from The Shining. Early scripts of the film featured a Barbie doll in the prominent role of Woody's love interest. The original ending sequence in which Buzz and Woody chased the moving truck was scripted to have Barbie drive her Corvette off the truck and rescue Woody from Buzz and Sid's dog, a la Sarah Connor from Terminator 2. Mattel, the company that owns Barbie, declined on the basis that they thought the film would be a failure. They didn't want Barbie to be a defined personality. Unfortunately, Mattel obviously did allow Barbie to appear in first Toy Story 2 and then big part in Toy Story 3.
Yeah.
Great.
Barbie and Ken.
Yeah, Barbie and Ken. So Mattel broke eventually.
Yeah, probably they saw the huge fucking success from that and were like, oops, well, you can use Barbie.
It's kind of weird that they would pick and choose because Mattel is literally set in the movie. So they obviously got the right to use some Mattel toys, but they were just like, hey, we're not going to ruin Barbie in case this movie flops.
Probably just because, like, Barbie is such a big...
100%.
Yeah.
What attracted Tom Hanks to the role of Woody was the fact that during his childhood, he would always wonder if toys were alive and moved around when nobody's in the room. What attracted Tim Allen to the role of Buzz Lightyear was the fact that before him, they offered the role to his biggest influence, Chevy Chase, who turned it down.
Oh, thank God.
I wonder, does this prompt you do you have any history with toys moving around or anything like that?
I'm so glad you asked, because indeed I do. Okay, let me tell you a little story. Thank you for bringing this up, because I kind of forgot. One time, me and my parents and my brother, this man Gio, sitting next to me, went on a trip up to the mountains, and at that time, I had, like, a little iPod phone that, like, only worked, like, you could text it from, like, our family's numbers.
Yep.
But, like, it was only, like, other Apple phones, and it didn't have, like, cellular data. I was a little child, and I had that iPod, okay? I left for this trip and forgot my Winnie the Pooh, my homeboy, my favorite, as well as all of my other 100 Acre Woods characters.
Yeah. Left
them all at home. So sad. So what did I do? I took Gio's iPod and I texted them. I texted Pooh Bear. I was like, I'm so sorry I left you. I'm so sorry. Like a bunch of texts. I came home. No one has been in the house. Opened the garage, got out, ran upstairs. There are Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, and like a few other stuffed animals sitting directly in front of my phone, which is propped up on my pillow.
Wow.
Is that not insane?
I think that's insane, dude.
There was no one in the house. There was no way that could have happened.
Yeah. It's such a cool story. So how do you try to rationalize it now? Or do you just think they were alive at some point, and as your imagination and belief in that fell, then they became dormant?
I think, I don't know.
Because that's kind of the question that Sid has to grapple with, right? It's the same type of thing. He has these memories of toys coming alive. Does he move on from that, or does he stick it?
I believe they're real.
There we go.
I also have another fun story about this. Not about toys coming alive, but because we watched Toy Story so much, this was when I was really young, so this was when I had my Winnie the Pooh bear, who, like, I took everywhere with me. I was so worried about, like, all of my Barbies, like, my American Girl dolls, my stuffed animals, not being the favorite, that I would sleep with all of them on my bed. All of my stuffed animals, all of my Barbies, all of my dolls, all like surrounding
So you
me
think that
on
was...
bed. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
remember my bed just looked like it like someone like threw up
Do
toys
you think that
onto
was
it.
conditioning from Toy Story?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I watched this movie so much, and I in my mind I was like, no, I can't be like Andy. I can't have my toys feeling left out.
Wow.
So I would take all of them, and I also had like a system where like when I went on trip, like I would like I had like a list of like who I would like switch out and bring, so no one got
Wow.
brought. Yeah, I was really empathetic.
That's a little
for
bit
my
of trauma,
toys.
honestly, probably.
Yeah,
But hey,
because of this movie.
Yeah, that's crazy. Just a few more here. In 2013, the original film was remade shot for shot with real toys and real people. It took John Paul and his friends 2 years to complete the 82-minute film. Have you seen it?
No.
It's on YouTube if you want to go watch it. They did
Oh.
the whole film with the actual toys in like, Smosh style. Yeah. So really, really cool. The toolbox on top of the milk crate that Woody is trapped in is a Binford. That is the same tool brand Tim Allen used on his television show Home Improvement.
Ah.
Love that little thing. We'll just hit 3 more here real fast. Some 3D effects were too complex or even impossible to calculate at the time of the film. Subtle tricks are used to avoid them. Examples, explosions, thus so on the explosion, like we don't see Combat Carl's demise when Sid blew him up. Hair dynamics, so Andy, Sid, and Molly all have short hair, while Andy's mother's hair is always tied back in a simple 2-model ponytail. And flying water droplets, thus the movie doesn't see any liquid when Woody dunks his head out of the bowl of cereal. It's pretty interesting. I remember kind of looking for the milk, actually, and it wasn't there. I didn't really think anything of it. But they just kind of distract you with something different, you know?
Yeah,
really clever.
I was distracted by the Fruit Loops on his eyes, and I did not even think about it.
That's perfect. So clever. 2 more here. When Woody is sitting on the bed talking with Slinky, there's a drawing of him on the wall behind them. This is an actual early sketch of Woody's character that they put in.
Oh, that's so
cool. Tim Allen's favorite line as Buzz Lightyear is, "You are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity," which makes sense.
It's so good.
1 more, actually. Tim Allen said in many interviews that Pixar Animation Studios originally wanted Jim Carrey to voice Buzz Lightyear and Paul Newman to voice Woody, but they couldn't due to the low budget they were given for the film. Those casting choices were meant to represent how New Hollywood was taking over Old Hollywood. Newman representing Old Hollywood, Carrey representing New Hollywood. Whoa,
Ooh,
that is cool.
That's sick.
Newman, of course, would later go on to voice in Cars. You know this one? Doc Hudson.
Oh.
Played by Paul Newman.
Oh, yeah.
And that was actually his last role, unfortunately, before passing away in 2008.
Rest in peace.
But yes, that is the end of Gio's Hidden Gems. All currencies are available.
Amazing. All right. Do you have the critic reviews?
Critic Reviews. I have the link here, and I guess the link didn't hold out, so I'm hoping I still have it pulled up on Google. You want to talk about something while I do that?
Toy Story.
Where do I even begin?
What a great
Don't worry, I got it up. We have, for the good ones first, we have Kevin McManus from the Washington Post. He says, the simple story is enlivened by the distinctive personalities of the toys, especially the irascible IRASCIBLE. It's like mean, especially the mean tater head, the supportive Bo Peep lamp, and the neurotic plastic dinosaur. So he loves the toys, he loves the distinct personalities. He gave a fresh score. We also have Adam Mars Jones from Independent UK. John Lasseter's greatest achievement is not that he has produced a movie that is clever, but that using such cumbersome technology, he produced a movie that is very enjoyable. That is the biggest focus of this. 30 years later, we haven't talked about it too much, but what this was doing to push the limits of animation was not something that I can talk about because I don't know enough about it, but I know it's a lot. And,
Yes.
I know it's pushing it. There are probably some cool stats about how long it took to render stuff and how that changed in Toy Story 2, but maybe on the Toy Story 2 episode.
Yeah, I don't know shit about animation, I'm sorry.
For bad, I am not seeing like any bad ones right now. Maybe if we go away from top critics here, I could find a couple.
Well, it is 100%.
It's going to be hard to find. I assume somebody is the rotten fruit here, right?
Well, if it's 100, aren't there no rottens?
I mean, I don't think so, because you could still have a couple, right? I would think. I don't know. I mean, I can't find any. I'll try and find like a. 4 out of 5s, 5 out of 5s, 3.5s, 4 out of 4s. All right, we'll just read one more good one then. We'll go Michael Booth. We'll go local from the Denver Post. As The Lion King did before it, Toy Story revived the art of American children's animation and ushered in a set of smart movies that entertain children and their parents. It's a landmark movie that doesn't get old with frequent repetition. 100% entertains the parents amazingly. We are not parents, but we are adults, and it entertains us like crazy.
Yes.
It's great. It's not just nostalgia. There are things to latch onto in this movie. A first watch adult, I think, would love this film still.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's it for our critics' reviews.
Yeah, I did realize I skipped a category. So sorry. We have our positive quality. Do you have one?
Oh, yes.
I have mine for sure.
Okay, you can go first.
You might take it. The positive quality has to be the dialogue in this. It's incredible. It's so much better than I remembered it. Probably because when I was a child, I was not thinking about the dialogue.
Yep.
But oh my god, it's amazing. I think we've probably talked enough about that.
Dude, the quippiness is just every second a layered joke. It's so good. It's so good. And you could tell there's so much effort put into it. I totally second that. I'll go with the animation because you look at any other 3D animation from this time and it looks like shit. It doesn't age. You can't do anything. We can still go. I'm not sure if it was like upscaled actually. It seemed like it might have been upscaled for the 30th anniversary because there wasn't anything that looked off to me.
No.
But I still think even the original, it's very, very watchable today, and that says a lot about what he was doing. And also just learning even the little, Gio's hidden gem about what they're doing to take advantage of, their animation style when they couldn't necessarily render certain things. We have to highlight that because of what it did for the industry, and it's a big reason of why we see all the 3D animation that we do today. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be mine.
All right. Negative quality.
You just glitched out.
I'm so sorry. I totally did. For negative quality, I
can go first.
Go ahead.
It's the film's internal logic. I think that there are a lot of things that we covered in here that are not quite. They don't line up the same. Like why does Buzz not understand? Just all the things that we talked about in the story. Like we pretty much covered them, but it's constantly breaking the own rules of its universe in ways to just try and make a joke or push the story forward. It's still very clever, but a little more thought going into certain aspects of the story would have really helped to make it not just clever, but completely believable. Yeah. Yeah. That's mine.
I know. It's the role of women in this.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Good. Yeah.
There are no good female characters whatsoever, except Andy's mom.
Yep.
But she's not really there.
No.
You wouldn't really even know she was a single mom. Except for there's no dad around. That's the only assumption. There's no strong female characters whatsoever. But it's okay. We get more in the next movie. Well, It's not okay. We should have strong female characters in every film. But
yeah.
Well,
not every film. Not you don't. Certain films you cannot have female characters.
Yeah, male prison.
Yeah, exactly.
There can be no. Exactly. But what I mean is any film with female characters in them should have strong female characters. Sorry, that is what I mean.
100%.
Thank you for calling me out because
you gotta keep
your
boy movies in there, Manly movies.
Manly men.
But
it's time for the ratings.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Toy Story. Where do I even begin? This film was a massive part of my childhood, and I'm not afraid to admit that my nostalgia blinders are on when watching this one. I think there's probably a lot more problems with it that I can't quite pick out. The only thing that bugged me watching this movie was the internal logic problems. Just why are we doing how does this work within the rules of the universe? And when it doesn't, I don't like having to do the math to get there. Mm-hmm. I think on the positive side, like we talked about, the characters are so well done. Seeing this like deeply layered of an arc in a kid's movie for two characters is amazing. How they incorporate the humans in the story without making them the focus and still setting up our stakes all the time is perfect. The animation is beautiful. I the whole cast of different, not just Woody and Buzz, but the dynamic between the whole group is just fun to watch. A little bit mean at times. Sid's character, that it's genuinely scary going over to his house, being so aligned with the toys. I really think that this is the perfect kids film. Like, it just does so much, teaches so many lessons, entertains parents. It does everything. And for that reason, I think, I can't, it's so hard because I have small problems here and there, but they are just like only come up when I think super in depth about this movie. So I think nostalgia is going to carry me for the second week in a row. Not quite perfect. I'm sitting at a 4.9. That's where I'm going with Toy Story.
All right.
It's just because if they could have tightened it up, there's that 0.1. It's right there if you can just tighten up a few things with your internal logic. That's it. I mean, it's mainly why Buzz does not, knows how to play dead, why he would do that. And wasn't there one more major one that we talked about?
There were a few.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the main one for me because it had me thinking the whole film, how is this working?
Right.
Which I didn't like. And then the toy pain, I guess, is the other one. Just that coming to realize, wait, when Andy was flipping, it was supposed to be a loving moment of Woody flying down the banister and hitting the end of the banister and falling into Andy's hands. But no, Woody fucking felt that.
Yeah.
That hurt like crazy. So yeah, that'll be it for me. Sorry.
Did you notice I stopped talking because I saw your head cock like you're about to sneeze or something?
Getting ready for the bless you.
Yeah, but I didn't have to because it was just a cough. That was strange. Toy Story, just like Gio said, obviously we're siblings. It was as well a big part of my childhood. We watched Toy Story a lot. So on the same train as Gio, the nostalgia is gonna take over a little bit. Like I was saying, I was just smiling as soon as the fucking movie started and pretty much did not stop the entire time. And I do think that takes a lot, but with that said, it is a very well done movie. The dialogue was the thing that was the most shocking to me of how amazing it was, cuz it's just one of those things where you watch movies back as an adult and you're like, fuck, I never realized how great this was. And that's really the feeling I got stepping out of the movie theater today. Obviously, some problems, like Gio said, the internal logic. There's some issues. There's some issues there with, a lot of different things. My big one, it was the only one that stood out to me.
Oh yeah.
And made me think about while I was watching the film, not talking about it after, was all of the things in the room being changed when they're moving so soon.
Yep.
That was something I was like, I couldn't get it behind. But it's this weird struggle of that is such an incredible scene. It was so needed, and how Woody's face looks in that scene is so important to see really the visual of Buzz taking over rather than it just being implied. But it bothered me and it stood out, and there were a few other things that talking it over. Obviously, the role of women isn't great. We could have just given Bo Peep a few more lines, making her less of just fucking in love with Woody the entire time and making her more of a support for Woody or something like that. I'm not saying we need a lead female in this movie. I'm saying these side characters that are women could have had a little bit more, and it does feel a little lazy. Or it feels like there were no women in the writing room. One of those two. But I mean, the feeling I get when I walked out of that theater is something that just really takes over my score 100%. So I'm gonna go. Oh, this is hard. This is so hard. I think I'm gonna go right under Gio with a 4.8.
Yeah, I had you at 4.8. That was my guess.
I was 4.7 to 4.9. I didn't know where I was gonna land in.
I actually thought of a whole nother internal logic thing that hurts as you're going through that, which almost makes me want to move mine down to a 4.8. I don't think I will because I didn't come up with it in the review, so it must not be that big of a problem.
Yeah.
But the voices. of toys. For half of that movie, I thought they just couldn't hear the toy voices, and then it becomes very obvious that they can right when Woody he gets Sid's sister out of the room by calling Sid's sister's name, and she can hear it, which not just means that the toy voices are there, but it means they're audible enough for humans to hear easily and sound like they're coming from downstairs. So like they were talking the whole time, they're yelling out the window and shit, and just like nobody notices.
That's really interesting.
Because
you're so right.
Can I do it? I want to do it. I'm going down to a 4.8. I'm doing it. I'm in control. I'm going down to a 4.8.
You can do whatever you want.
I knew there were more things that just weren't popping up in my brain. And that's why. So I'm going to go down and match you at the 4.8.
The episode isn't over yet, so you can technically change your score.
There we go.
I think obviously we would recommend anyone who has not seen Toy Story to obviously watch it. It's an incredible film for all ages.
100%. Bring your kids. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Okay. And this is a bank episode, so I have nothing to announce.
Yeah, so I believe that announcement should be coming in then from Gio in the future, right about now. Hello, this is Gio in the future, probably bringing you better mic quality than we have in the car. But I really just wanted to pop in to do what I was tasked with, which is announce our next episode. But we had a little bit of a mix-up. If you go back to the previous episode, we were saying the one you're listening to now was supposed to be Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another. We actually had to move that another couple weeks into the future just because we had some sickness break out. So we decided to put this filler Toy Story episode in here. So really, I'm promise you this time that the next episode is going to be Paul Thomas Anderson's newest film starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro, and many other names, One Battle After Another. So very, very exciting. But back to you, Gio and Mara of the past. Well, yeah, I mean, from where I said it's of the past, this all doesn't really matter to you, the listener, but anyways.
Thanks, Gio. And with that, I'm Mara.
And I'm Gio.
So join us next week after opening weekend, because waiting to talk about movies is clearly not our thing.
Yeah, that is the only advantage of the Apple TV, though. Everything else already has smart TV. Like, the Apple TV
But, like, that is not a selling
shit.
point for me. I'm not getting an Apple TV just so I can hook my fucking headphones up to it. Like, that's wild.
Buy this Apple product so that you can utilize this other Apple product more.
Yeah, fuck off.
Some other folks might be a little bit smarter than I am. Bigger and stronger, too. Saying no one else could ever love you the way I do. His voice is one of a kind. Like, I don't know how he has that, like, it's like a angelic rasp. Is that a good word for it? And as the years go by. I had a our beef stick conversation in a coda not too long ago, and it's
I heard that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I listened to, is I skipped to the end and listened to the coda. Our parents buy them from Costco, so we get a shit ton.
Yeah, it's probably cheaper, honestly, with how you're buying them, just in bulk.
Yep. That's why I always just grab a handful from downstairs and throw them in my bag for whenever.
Dude.
I'm sorry, I just spit on you.
they're good meat sticks, too.
They are. I was literally laying in bed, about to go to bed, and then I was like, fuck. Dancing with the Stars was on tonight and I didn't watch it. I'm so fucking stupid. I didn't get to vote. I didn't get to do any shit. And I was so mad at myself. So it was like 1:30 and I was like, guess I have to watch it now.
Dude, I've been seeing like Dancing with the Stars clips. I figured you were in on all that shit.
Well, I know everything now.
Yeah.
I caught up just a few hours
There's
after.
that one, all I know is he's a white dancer. It's a guy and he looks just as good as the professional dancer in week 1 somehow. You know what I'm talking about?
Robert Irwin!
Yes.
Steve Irwin's son.
Whoa! That's okay. That's why he comes out on the, like, the safari
Did you see his dance?
Yeah. So
Incredible,
that's like,
right?